All right. Let's see here. All right, here we go. What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Today we got a great show for you guys. Very excited. Just have to close the door real quick. Very excited to talk about video games and the outrage. Oh man, you guys know whenever there's outrage with the game, that's how you know it's about to sell really good. The more the outrage, the better, because now it gets out to more people. Honestly, like we saw the same thing with Pokemon Legends ZA. That's selling gangbusters, so I'm excited for Metroid Prime 4. It's probably going to do really well now. But yeah, we're going to talk about all the outrage! And then we're also going to discuss other stuff as well. We got Nintendo Switch 2 news and more. I'll shout out to Justin with the $3 dono as well. What's up, Justin?
In the new demo, I noticed the city trial map changes a little bit because the Sky Island isn't there all the time, and I caught a video in the padlock of portals. Evening time and the Star Tower being there. I have pictures of it on my X. Also, what's up?
What's up, Justin? Yeah, Justin, dude. Listen, you're gonna be my #1 go-to guy when it comes to city trial. Like, I might task you. I might commission you on a review for the game, like, or at least a discussion when it comes down to the game. Like, maybe we can talk about it. Like, once we've played it for a while, like we can discuss like a live review of what you think compared to the original game and all that stuff, dude. Like, seriously, like you have noticed everything. You're better than the journalists, man. I mean, which I guess doesn't take too much effort, but still, like you're pretty good at this stuff, man. You're catching all sorts of things that I'm not catching, of course, because I'm not as big of a fan. Big love to Justin. Thank you for the $3 donor. Start off the stream. Let's go. Combo breaks. We can't get a full extension today here, guys, just because I got some stuff that I got to do a little bit before then. But we can. I was going to stream for about maybe an hour, so we can extend it out to like 2 hours. About 2 hours or so. So we can try to get some extensions out to there. So we'll see how it goes for today. Shout outs though, guys. Let's get into the people that are actually here, and I'm going to go ahead and shout you guys out that are here. So if you're here, you want me to say what up, you got a comment, you want to outrage, however you feel, it's okay. Dior, what's up, Dior? Welcome to the stream. What's up, General Zamora? What's up, Party Man? What is good, guys? What's up, Rags the Witches? What's up, Rags? Party Man. Jeffrey Tucker, what's up, man? Welcome, Jeffrey Tucker. He is here. Yoshi's here as well. What's up, Yoshi? The ability to jump. Yes, you need the ability to jump. The ability to jump is very important in this game. A lot of first-person games you can't jump, so it's good to see that you can jump in this game. Oh man, so it's definitely a good thing. Or it's like an auto jump. What's up, Roadhouse? Welcome. What's up, Casual Noob? Casual Noob, how you feeling today, brother? J2 Blue, the beast. What's up, J2 Blue? What is good? Let's see. Seeing all the discourse is disheartening. It won't stop me from getting the game, but man, it's depressing. I'm not really depressed with the discourse. The thing about it, guys, I've looked at a lot of the people that are even, and I'm not trying to say that with everybody, but I've looked at a lot of the people that are actually yelling and screaming about this. A lot of these people never even talked about Metroid Prime 4. Like, literally have 0 to no tweets. It's just something to be angry about. I think it's more about culture war and angry about, oh man, it's going to be more like the stuff that's, what's it called? Like comic relief and the writing. It's more about that more so than them being big Metroid fans or anything. So to me, it seems like a lot of people that are just, once again, rage baiting, which I said this before in my video. I said this, Nintendo clearly told the producers, like, the people that were demoing the game, that this is just kind of like a tutorial area. It's a beginning area with this person. And then the previewers took that and stretched it across the whole thing and making it seem that way. Because Steven Totillo said that Nintendo specifically let it believe, like, hey, this is just the beginning area. And other places took it and made it seem as if it was going to be the whole game. There's this guy. So that's the reason why I'm just kind of like, this seems like rage bait to me. This seems like rage bait to me. It seems that way from like sometimes crazy purists or people just looking at clickbait with the Nintendo, like with the classic Nintendo IP. I think once you get your hands on the game and you start playing, it's going to be pretty much the same as it's always been, based off of what I've read and based off of what Steven Totillo said, because he's not trying to clickbait. I don't know. But he said that, yeah, it looks like it's just the beginning area and that's really it, you know, but it's not really like he's all over the place and there's people 24/7. That's not it. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm kind of I'm dismissing it a bit for right now. Now, once the game comes out, we'll see. But based off what Steven Totillo said, which he's not trying to clickbait, it seems like it's not that big of a deal. It looks like it's rage bait and it's clickbait from that are trying to make the whole thing about that. That's what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like to me. But once again, we will see when the game comes out. We saw a little bit of this with Donkey Kong Bonanza beforehand. We saw a little bit of it with certain games as well. So yeah, I'm not gonna be on the Spawncast tonight. I'm hanging out with some friends on the Spawncast, or so I won't be on tonight. But I like I said, everyone's allowed to have their opinion. They'll be wrong later when the game comes out. So
I'll definitely have to give my thoughts. Also,
yeah.
There's new characters and the hidden vehicle in the demo. It's a vehicle that bites things and powers up temporarily.
Oh, nice. Let's go. Shout out to Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono, getting us to 6 on the board. Also, Justin Hokage for first Ninja Blood. Thank you for that, Justin. Appreciate that. Anybody does 6 or more, you can type or pass up them as well. So yeah. Let's see here. I was a big Metroid fan and not happy. Arlo's angry at nearly everything. He's always upset with everything when it comes down to Nintendo. He always complains about everything. And yeah, so I'm not really worried about Arlo, to be honest. No offense to, I mean, like I said, his criticism is fine. You can be upset. You can be whatever. But I don't really care what Arlo thinks. So yeah. I'm a big Metroid fan myself. I'm just not freaking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miss Click, she's a big Metroid fan, and she's not upset or angry. There's tons of Metroid fans that are not. There's just a lot of loud people that think that Samus should just be by herself 24/7, and nobody's out. They're never allowed to do anything else in the game, and if it's not complete, like, they're purists. And those people are just, they just yell and scream about everything that changes. And Metroid Prime 3, when they added other people to come in there and talk to Samus at the beginning, they complained about that too. So, and Metroid Prime 3 is a great game. It's actually my favorite Metroid Prime game out of all the Metroid Prime games. So I'm not really too worried about what Arlo says, or even what Metroid Purist said. I'm not really, honestly, I'm not trying to dismiss it. They can be upset, but I'm not really worried about them because they're psychos. Like, they're legitimately psychos. Like, Arlo got mad that they showed a second trailer for Metroid Dread. He was like, oh, they're showing too much. Why are they showing so much? They're spoiling the game. Like, he complains about everything with Metroid. Like, literally, they showed a second trailer. They showed Ravenbeak and that beginning fight and, like, a cutscene, and he spazzed out that they're spoiling the whole game. And I'm like, okay. You know, so I'm not really worried. At that point, I stopped taking him seriously at all. Like, when he spazzed out over a trailer number 2, a second trailer for the game. So yeah, I'm not really too worried about what he has to say. I disagree with so much stuff that he says. So at this point, when people bring him up, I don't want to dismiss him, but I'm dismissing him. And just like he doesn't know who I am, he doesn't care what I think. I don't care what he thinks, you know? Let's see here. Shout out to the Gaming Banner. What's up, man? My week's going good. You sound ridiculous, man. Everyone, including Nintendo YouTubers, are trying to rage bait. This is proof you're nothing but a fanboy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You sound ridiculous, man. Everyone's, including Nintendo YouTubers, are trying to rage bait. Did I say everyone's trying to rage bait? I said that the previewers are trying to rage bait. I said that they are trying to rage bait. I didn't say everyone's trying to rage bait. I said the previews are. And no, that doesn't make me a fanboy because I have a difference of opinion, just like you have your difference of opinion. But if you want to start calling names, we can do that because you sound like a little bitch in my chat. So, I mean, relax, dude. Jesus Christ. Like, you don't need to call me names because I disagree. I think some of the previewers are rage baiting, okay? That's what I think some of them are rage baiting. I didn't say everyone. I said there are people that they can have their own thoughts or whatever the case is. But if you're going to get salty over my opinion, but you're not salty over their opinion, that just shows me that you're just a chump. So just relax before I ban you out of my chat. I can't stand people like that, like you, dude. You came here last time crying and complaining about what I say on my stream. If you don't like me, or you don't like what I say, or if you're just going to call me names for expressing my opinion and just saying that I'm a fanboy simply because I think that they're rage baiting over something that somebody else literally said was just the beginning of the game and Nintendo told them that, why should I take their opinion seriously? I don't have to. I don't have to take other people's opinions seriously. They don't have to take my opinion seriously. I've had other people tell me I'm stupid and say a bunch of stuff on their streams. That's okay. That's their stream. They can do that. And that doesn't mean that they're a fanboy if they disagree with what I gotta say. And just because I disagree with other people, that doesn't mean I'm a fanboy or anything like that. That's a L. That's a L. I'm on my stream to discuss what I feel. I do not think that a comic relief character destroys the whole playthrough of a game, that derails the whole thing. I don't think so. I've been playing Metroid since the beginning. Since 1980, 86, 87, I've been playing Metroid. It doesn't derail, to me, it does not derail the whole thing. What I'm looking at is the actual gameplay. The other day, other people were saying, you need to talk about gameplay and stuff more. You need to talk about gameplay. We're talking about gameplay here, and now you have a problem with me talking about gameplay and what I think about the game. Now you have a problem with that too. Man, shut up. This isn't rage bait. It's criticism because it's totally different than what has ever happened before. And I, once again, think it's rage bait because they're saying it's going to derail the whole thing. The gameplay that they show does not derail the whole thing. There was no impression from the previews and from Nintendo that that character and all that stuff is throughout the whole thing. So I disagree with that. To me, it's a bit of rage bait because Steven Totillo once again said that Nintendo literally implied that, hey, this is just the beginning area. And then they're talking about how it's going to derail the whole experience. They literally, some of the previews even contradict themselves in the title. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond game has tons of classic gameplay, Metroid Prime gameplay in spades, but one thing can derail the whole game. Wait a minute, time out. So you're telling me that it has classic gameplay that everybody knows and loves, and there's a ton of it. By the way, we've seen it because there's raw gameplay that you can go watch, but because there was a beginning tutorial person, all of a sudden that derails the whole thing. They know good and well that's not the case. There's one thing to say, I don't like a character. That's one thing. But then to sit there and say it's going to completely ruin the whole experience, that's rage bait, in my opinion, based off of what I've seen and from what non-clickbaity journalists have said about it that actually were at the event. I am allowed to make my own determination. I do not have to agree with them. I do not have to agree with everybody. Just like you don't have to agree with me, but I don't have to agree with them either. That's the problem that I have with some of you guys. You guys think that if someone doesn't cry, whine, and complain about something, then all of a sudden they're a fanboy. Their opinion's not valid on that. I'm not allowed to make my own opinion on something. Yeah, I'm gonna make my own opinion. I saw the gameplay. I saw the parts. I think it's rage bait. That's my opinion. I don't care. You can take it or leave it. Now you can disagree, but I don't think it's valid to sit there and say that the whole thing is gonna be derailed by one thing that they don't like. That's insane. That's wild to say that. So I'm going to disagree. And when I'm right later, sellout, okay? Just like I was right about the Switch 2 sales, just like I was right about Donkey Kong Bonanza, just like I was right about everything that I've been right on, you're going to be the first person to say, oh, well, I didn't know. Because you were sitting here and agreeing with all the people that were complaining about Switch 2 sales and all that. You were here agreeing with them. You were here agreeing with those people. You were here saying, oh, it's okay. You were here agreeing with them. And I said, no, you're probably going to be wrong. I remember. Don't think I didn't forget, sellout. You were agreeing with them. You were agreeing with them. So, and they were wrong. And by the way, all those people that talked about Switch 2 sales that were telling me I'm a fanboy and calling me names like the Rammy boy did and all that, where are all those people at? Where are all those people? Anybody here in the chat? Do y'all remember all the people that were coming to my stream, yelling at me, calling me names, calling me fanboy because I thought Switch 2 was going to be successful and it was going to do well? Do y'all remember that? Everybody in the chat, press 1 in the chat if you remember people constantly coming to my stream, arguing me, calling me names because I thought Switch 2 was going to do well. Press 1 in the chat if y'all remember that. Press 1 in the chat if you remember people constantly coming to my streams telling me it's going to fail, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, it's going to be whatever, and those people have yet to show their face. Those people have yet to show their face since the sales numbers came out. Since we got that 3.5 million units in sales, like I predicted, like I said, and remember, it was a lot of ones in the chat. I was here arguing people, talking to people all day because they were sitting there calling me names, just like that other guy, and saying, you're not opening up the valid criticism, they're not fit, and calling me names, and then they were wrong. And I have not seen them since then. I have not seen them since then. They're gone. So listen, guys, listen. Don't tell me how to feel about a video game and whether something's rage bait or not, if I think that it is or not. I've been in media for a long time. I know the behind the scenes business behind what we do. I know it. I know it, and I know it very, very, very well. A lot of it is rage bait. A lot of it is. That's my opinion, that it's rage bait. If you don't think people clickbait and rage bait, allow me to introduce you to this. Give me 1 second. Let me tell you what people do. Let me tell you exactly what people do to make money. Let me tell you what people do. Give me 1 second. So, there's this guy right here. I'm going to go over this. I've had a conversation with this guy. This guy's a content creator. Actually somewhat popular based off of views. Okay? So, look at what he says right here. This is a content creator making money. Making Twitter money. Oh, on the arch. Okay? Let me tell you what people do to rage bait to get money. He quote tweets Pocopia, which I have a problem with certain aspects of this game as well. Okay? Here come the slop defenders. Here come the slop defenders. Okay? So if you click on his profile and you click on his YouTube channel, he links it to, basically he runs an AI slop. You guys know channels like this. They get good views. They're just complaining, whining, and crying about everything. Making up sales collapse. ZA got greedy. It backfired instantly. Look at 446,000 views. So he's making money up. Look at this. Backfire. ZA sales just got worse. It's literally the best-selling game in the US. It's one of the best-selling games. Like, this is a slop channel, right? This is an AI slop channel that just grifts and makes money, okay? So you think this guy is all about the quality and all that, right? No. This guy also runs a slop channel based off of mobile games. He plays mobile slop. Some Chinese knockoff Clash of Clans mobile slop. And this is what he does to grift for money and rage bait and click. Literally talk about how bad Pokemon is and all that while he sits there and makes videos day after day on mobile slop. You think he's one of these guys that's about the quality of games and all that. No, he's not. And he has 2 separate channels. Now, before, this dude used to put his mobile slop channel that was on his profile link. I called him out and roasted him, and people got on him about it. He changed it to his grift channel, thinking that people would forget that he runs a mobile slop channel. Okay? But this is what these people do. Okay? This is exactly what these people do. If you don't think he's rage baiting with all those videos simply to make money, come on now. I'm not taking everything that everybody says seriously when it comes to this type of stuff. There are people that are literally just trying to rage bait you into watching their video. They don't actually care, because if he cared about quality of games and all that, why is he hyping up a freaking free-to-play mobile auto-battling slop game? Why is he hyping this up? This is not something, if you care about game quality and how good games are, you're hyping up a microtransaction mobile slop of a game. Remember, he's on his other channel saying, I'm about the quality and this and this. And then he's also running a slop channel on the side to also make extra money. These are what these people do, guys. Okay? These are what these people do. A lot of these people are grifters. I'm not saying everybody that has complaints on Metroid Prime 4 is a grifter. I'm just saying a lot of these people that have something to say literally support and do all sorts of stuff that's literally against what they're saying. So I'm telling you, I know the business behind these grift channels, these anger channels. I know, and these people that are just going nuts. There is a business behind it, bro. There is a business behind it. So to sit there when I detect rage bait from some places, I know rage bait from some places. And I figured this guy was rage baiting, and that's what he's doing, you know? And that's exactly what he's doing. So Nah, I'm not gonna just sit here and take everything that everyone says seriously. I'm not saying Arlo's doing that. I know he's a big Metroid Prime fan, but he's also a purist, so I don't really care what he has to say. I don't really care. Let's see. I mean, whether he's sponsored by the devs or not, it doesn't really matter at all. Shout outs to Aries EMS. All that, what I'm trying to say is that you got a lot of people that are sitting here acting like they only want quality, they only want the highest quality, and this and that, and then they're pushing mobile slop to people. And he's talking about Pokemon is slop, Pokopia is slop, all this stuff is slop. This game that he plays is slop. It's literally mobile, free-to-play, auto-battling slop, and he's acting like it's the greatest game ever on his channel. This is a grift. This guy's a grifter, and he's grifting to the tune of thousands of dollars on YouTube. So what I'm trying to say is that there is a business behind some of this stuff, guys. Exaggerating, doing all sorts of weird stuff, acting like it's going, like, oh my God, it's gonna derail. There's a business behind it. So forgive me if I'm not gonna sit here and I look at the raw gameplay and the raw gameplay looks great, and then I sit there and say, oh my God, I'm worried because this person gets angry. Sorry that I'm not jumping on that bandwagon, you know? Sorry that I'm not jumping on that bandwagon. Let's see here. You do not feel vindicated. You do not feel vindicated because what you were talking about before, Felipe, is that you were saying that the gameplay is not good. There's not a single preview in it that says that the gameplay is not good. If anything, you should be more interested in this game because they are doing something different outside of what you said Metroid Prime usually is. So you're trying to sit here and act like you're grifted and lying too. You are literally saying that Metroid Prime is the same. They didn't do anything different in the game. Every single preview says that the gameplay is fantastic. The gameplay feels really good to play. Nobody said that the game is bad or that it's not good. So stop the cap. Anyway, let's see here. Hey OJ, what's up, Aries EMS? Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. What's good? Hey, OJ, what's been going on? It's been going good though. Shout outs, man. Arlo's been grifting for years now. OJ, what do you mean? I know he has. I don't really pay attention. Also, Arlo even used Elden Ring to express his concern over Tears of the Kingdom. He uses Elden Ring to express his concerns over Tears of the Kingdom. We'll see. There you go. Like, Tears of the Kingdom was great. Reviewed really well. It was a great game. It sold really well. You know, so there was nothing to really worry about. Let's see. What's up, Dane? Welcome to the stream. I thought you weren't streaming this weekend. No, I said I was gonna stream early, and then I was gonna take the night off. So yeah. Let's see here. People, we really got people in the chat capping today. Yeah, like I said, Felipe's lying. He doesn't feel vindicated. Literally, Felipe was saying that the game is nothing. It's boring. It's not gonna be good. He never said anything. Like, literally, they changed things. He was saying it was too similar. So if anything, Felipe should be on the side of the change because he was complaining it's just the same game. So now they're changing some things up. He should be like, oh, cool, they're changing some things. This dude's out here capping. He's out here acting like he said that people don't like the game, like the game's bad. The game's not bad. Listen to the previews. Watch the gameplay. The game. Everyone says that the game is fun. That it plays like Metroid. It's fun. It's still a good game. So yeah. Let's see here. Since you guys are going crazy saying Arlo's a grifter right now. No, I didn't say Arlo's a grifter. No, I didn't say Arlo's a grifter. I said that other people be grifting, and I said that other people be rage baiting or clickbaiting topics. That's my opinion. My opinion is that people clickbait and rage bait topics, and the reason why I said that, I'll repeat it again for people that didn't listen or whatever. The reason why is because Stephen Totillo literally said it. I don't know if you guys watched my video today, but if you watch my video today, Stephen Totillo said the same thing. Like, this is what he said. I'll show you guys the bookmarks. He said it right here. So he previewed the game as well. So this is what Stephen Totillo said, which he got a chance to demo the game, and he said, for better or for worse, canon-wise, Samus seems to think Miles McKenzie sucks too. As noted in my preview, the impression I got from Nintendo is that he's not a game-long companion, and that you'll mostly explore without him. A trailer today does show other allies. Because he's not trying to clickbait. He's not trying to rage bait you guys. He literally said what Nintendo said to people there, the same impression. And then other previewers took it and blew it up as if the dude's gonna just be talking the whole time, and that's what the whole thing was. It's not. If you look at the GameSpot gameplay, obviously there's just a bunch of other times where obviously he's not there. If you look at the overview trailer, other people are not there. So I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna get rage baited on something that I haven't even played yet. It's not happening. But he's not trying to clickbait. He's not trying to rage bait you guys. Literally, he said that Nintendo, right there, he just said it. I showed a whole gameplay clip today on my channel of fighting a boss. There's nobody else there. It's just you and Samus fighting the boss. Which, by the way, there was demo footage. They got to play that. GameSpot and all the people got to play that. So I'm not saying that people did not mention that in their previews, but they did not make it about that in the title. They clickbait and rage baited you guys instead of talking about all the other stuff in the title because they knew that that was going to be a controversial thing because it's different than what Metroid has done before in the past. But watch my video. Let's see here. But watch my video. Literally watch the gameplay. It shows all the stuff that we already knew. Like I said, I think Eurogamer even contradicted themselves in the title. It has a bunch of classic gameplay in spades, but one thing's gonna derail it all. No, it's not, and we know it's not. Nintendo told these people that this is the beginning. They told them this like it's a tutorial thing, and then they went and then some of you guys got rage baited. It's not working on me. Sorry. Just like when people were trying to say that the Switch 2 wasn't gonna sell well. Just like when people were trying to say all that type of stuff. Sorry, not working on me. Not working on me, man. You can't get me. Maybe you can get Felipe, but you can't get me. You can't get me. You should invite Sellout Felipe and Pro Joe for a debate, JK. I invited all of them for a debate. They all didn't want to show up, remember? I invited all of them. Remember, we were supposed to have, and that other guy, I forgot who that other guy was, the Final Fantasy dude. We were supposed to all show up, and they all decided they all decided they weren't going to show up, remember? Hey, what's up, Anthony? Welcome. So yeah. So the stupid Bloom Up have been pumping negative content BS for 3 years now. The Metroid-ish makes no sense because they all focus on tutorial character. That's what I'm saying. So once the game comes out and I'm right, I'll say I told you so. Okay? Once the game comes out and it reviews super high and it's completely overblown and all that stuff, people are saying they're calling me. Getting called fanboy and getting called names here. But when I'm right later, don't say I didn't tell you so. Just like the Switch 2 sales, just like Donkey Kong Bonanza, just like everything I've been right on so far. Don't say I didn't tell you so. Just like Xenoblade 3. Just like all the other stuff. Don't say I didn't tell you so. Shout out to Action Hank. Thank you for the tune into your pledge. I appreciate that, man. Yo, let's go. So yeah. Your take is not centered. It's not centered. That's a lie. You don't even like Metroid. You're a tourist. You don't even like the game. Let's see here. Shout out to Action Hank. Thank you for the tune into your pledge. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Remember when the controversy with ZA? Look how that game turned out. Sold really well. They're doing the same with Prime 4. Come for a circle. Yeah, I mean, I said the same thing. Some people were trying to say that ZA is not going to do well or that it didn't do well. I got into some conversations with people on Twitter, also on here a little bit. And obviously ZA is doing incredibly well, which I was right again. Once again, I was right. I said it was going to run well. People would say, no, it's not going to run well. I got into conversations with people. I said, no, it's probably going to run well on Switch 2. I mean, I don't know about the graphics. I said, I don't know about the graphics, but I said on Switch 2, it's probably going to run well. I have people say, no, that's not going to happen. You know, no, I don't think so. They can't get it running at 60. I was like, all right, we'll see. I said, I think it's actually going to run well. And guess what happened? It ran well on Switch 2. So, it ran pretty much at a lock 60 FPS with barely any. I think Digital Foundry did their frame rate test recently. And there's pretty much no frame rate dips on Switch 2. Switch 1, a little bit crustier. Not quite that, which I wasn't confident about Switch 1. But Switch 2, I was confident that it was going to run really well. And it does. So, right about that, too. Where are all those people that were calling me names then? No longer here. Wrong once again. Hey, what's up, Joe Non-K? Welcome to the stream. So yeah. See, 100% Metroid Prime beat all the mainline 2D games, including the originals and remakes. Sure you did. Shout outs to Joe 9K. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Metroid is usually a solitary game. Samus exploring alone. Maybe the NPCs are throwing people off. There's been multiple times where Samus has had other people there. And once again, she's not exploring the whole game with other people the whole time. That's not what the game is. If you simply just watch the gameplay and if you watch the boss battles, it's just her fighting. There's only certain segments, which in past games, Other M, Metroid Prime 3, obviously Metroid Prime Hunters to a degree, not really, but Metroid Prime Hunters and other games, they've had other people around too. But Metroid Prime 3 in particular, at the beginning where they have like that little conference call and there's other people talking. Ravenbeak in Metroid Dread as well, yaps all day at the terminal. So not necessarily, but that is what the game is. The game is predominantly going to be Samus by herself most of the time throughout the game. It's not a military shooter where Samus is rolling around with a bunch of Galactic Federation soldiers and it's like Federation, Metroid Prime Federation Force. It's not Metroid Prime Federation Force. So that's not what the game is. So yeah, once again, people are taking a couple segments and blowing it up to the whole game, and that's not the case, because in every single footage that we've seen before the game, what's it called? They've shown Samus by herself, pretty much. They just showed some parts that showing off some new things like with the story with the game, but throughout the whole game, from what they've shown so far, it is just going to be like the classic gameplay with Samus by herself. Once again, there's a whole boss battle that's up there that just shows her. They're not fighting with other people. It's just her. So, yeah. Let's see. Doom, Portal 2, Alien Isolation Center on Isolation. Also, all having NPCs with dialogue. These things are not mutually exclusive. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's been done before in Metroid games, and it's going to be done here. And like I said, that's why I'm confident in the game. The reason why I'm talking like this is because I'm confident in the game. I'm confident that the game is going to be great. That's the reason why I'm talking like this. Just like I was talking like this with Donkey Kong Bonanza. People were trying to downplay the game, say that it's not going to be, you're just punching simulator. Remember that? Just punching simulator. Remember when people try to say it's not going to be that great? It doesn't seem like it's that dynamic. And I said, no, it's actually going to be pretty good. And then it ended up being pretty good, you know? So, like I said, I've been playing games for a long time, so I'm usually right on things like this. So yeah. So you call a spade a spade. I think these journalists aren't even hiding anymore. One day they'll see journalists give a 0 out of 10 to switch to first party game because F Nintendo agreed. I mean, they've gotten close to that, man. Hi, the media seems to be all talking in Sony games, but when it's here, the Nintendo game, it ruins the game. Well, it's because they're talking about. I see what you're saying, Bead Queen, but the people that are talking about it are the people that are talking about for the Metroid franchise. So it's a little bit different. But this game isn't like Sony's games. Like, I don't think it even is like that, to be honest. I mean, there might be some aspects, but I don't even think it's going to be like that for the long haul. Because, like I said, I'm confident in the actual game because I've watched the raw gameplay. I've seen what Giant Bomb had to say in terms of like Jeff Grubb and what he had to say. People, like I said, people that aren't trying to clickbait, like rage bait. There are some clickbait and rage bait going on. Like, there just is. There just is. Now, like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll give away another copy of the game. If I'm wrong and it's just a bunch of Galactic Federation soldiers throughout the whole thing, how about this? I'll put my money where my mouth is. But I need you guys, the ones that are here that are Felipe, Sella, I need you guys to put your money where your mouth is too. All right, let's all put our money where our mouth is. Sell out, people that are arguing back and forth, sell out, Felipe. I'll put my money where my mouth is. I'll give away another copy of the game. Okay, I already got a copy coming from Beef Queen. I'll give away another copy of the game. If it's a bunch of Galactic Federation soldiers all throughout the game, and Samus is never by herself, and it's the Miles McKenzie 24/7 all throughout the game, I'll give away another copy. I'll give away 2. Beef Queen's got one from me. I'll give away another one. But if it's not, and it's good, I'm gonna need you guys to drop $70 right now. Drop half. Drop half right now. And we can go from there. That's what I need. That's what I need right now. So we can end it right now. We don't even got to go back and forth. Let's all put our money where your mouth is. You want to argue back and forth? You want to say these? I need 35 from both Felipe and I need 35 from Sellout. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll put my money where my mouth is. I'll drop another copy of the game. That's how confident I am. So put up or shut up time. We've been arguing for like what? We've been going back and forth. We've been arguing with the chat for what? How many minutes now? It's time to be a man or a grown man or a grown woman or a grown they or them or grown they or them, whatever you identify as. We've been arguing for 30 minutes now. So sell out, Felipe. Put your money where your mouth is. 35 right now. And if I'm wrong, you get that money back. I give away copies of the game. Let's go. Exactly. Yo, Joe 9K, exactly. What happened to the internet? All this for just a random talking in the character in the trailer. Exactly. Crazy, right? Crazy. Crazy. I don't know how the fan can be excited for Metroid Prime 4. All I know is he gets views from hot takes. Yeah. Whole drama feels like another thing that the internet will complain on and on about, and then the game will sell millions regardless. The new balcony, the new balconies in Pokemon Z8 intermissions in Mario Kart World. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably, man. Nah, fam. No backtracking here, Felipe. You said you're vindicated. Nah, fam. You said that you're vindicated. So I need you to vindicate. If you want to continue arguing, you said that you're vindicated. So I need you to drop the 35. Put your money where your mouth is. All right. All right. If not, we can move on from this. If you're too scared or chicken, which I think that you are, we can move on from this. But we've been going back and forth. Everyone's been talking for a while. I think it's been fun. I like conversations like this. I find it entertaining. But we're not just gonna keep going in circles. So it's now, if you truly feel strong, you feel vindicated. So if you feel vindicated, vindicate the money that easily that you'd be able to get back, right? It wouldn't be nothing. I feel confident that I'm not going to have to actually give away another copy. I mean, I might still do it anyway, but I feel confident that I'm going to be right. So if you feel vindicated, you shouldn't have any problem at all. And Sellout's over here saying that it's not rage bait, it's not this, it's true criticism, it's this and that. Okay. If that's the case, drop the 35. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Poke UFO with the $5 and says, I was worried about being an early owner of Switch 2 when Pokemon ZA came out, but fear not, Metroid Prime 4 is on the horizon. Yes, sir. I mean, you got to get Donkey Kong Bonanza too, though. Donkey Kong Bonanza is lit. Shout outs to my man, Poke UFO. Thank you for the $5 holla. Excuse me. Thank you so much. That gets us to 12 on the combo board. 3 away from a 15-minute extension. Let's go. And also, my man Poke, you are the new stream ninja. Thank you so much, Poke. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you for the support, man. Poke UFO. Anybody does 5 or more, you get my man Poke UFO on the board. Let's go. Let's see here. I said, yeah, we can wait 3 weeks to see if the drama is deserved or not. I think it's gonna help boost the sales, though. I think it's going to help boost the sales. I think it's going to help boost it quite a bit, in my opinion, because now more people are talking about it. More people are discussing it. More people are actually discussing the game. So I actually think it ended up being a good thing overall. I think it's going to end up being a good thing, just like everything that happens, just like Mario Kart World, just like Switch 2, just like everything. It's probably going to end up being a good thing. Still playing Donkey Kong. Oh, let's go. Says the critics are silent down in the chat. Listen, I just said, let's just, put your money where your mouth is. If you want to argue all day that you're vindicated and that these people aren't somewhat rage baiting, all right. Because remember, the rage bait was this. This is going to derail the whole experience. That was the rage bait. That was the clickbait from Eurogamer. And from Andy Robinson from VGC, this doesn't feel like Metroid at all. Even though other previews didn't say that at all, but that was the clickbait. Once again, I'm not hating on them. They got to do what they got to do to stay up, to get people to watch their preview. So I don't mind. And if he's being honest, they're being honest. I'm simply just saying when the game comes out, I think it's going to be really good based off of what I saw. I'm not basing it off of blind hopium. I'm not basing it off of just me just saying, I just know it's going to be good at Retro Studios. I'm basing it off of what I saw and previews from non-clickbait. That's what I'm basing it off of. I'm basing it off of people that are just being normal about the game. Not people that are saying, oh, there's a huge flaw. There's a fatal flaw that can derail the whole thing. Like being super dramatic. Dude, clearly, that's not the... Stephen Totillo said it right here. So look, they said that it's not going to be a long-time companion. There's going to be other people. Samus is going to have her other stuff that she normally does. And the gameplay's out there for you to watch. So I'm basing it off of that. I know how this business works. I'm not basing, like I said, I'm not trying to dismiss what they're saying, but I know that there's a business side to this. They've got to get their preview more clicks and more impressions than other people's preview because Nintendo gave a lot of people previews. So they got to spice it up. And like I said, they could be just being honest, their own opinion. But it's also their job to get clicks, It's also their job to get clicks. So a fatal flaw that can derail the whole experience. I mean, come on. I don't believe that. Not based off of what I saw. Not based off of what I saw. A character that you don't like for a number of minutes or something that derail the whole thing, the whole game. I mean, come on. I don't think that's not true. Let's see here. They're not honest. LOL. VGC called Concord preview. That it's amazing and shaping a new way for a live service. Look where that ended up. Yeah, Andy Robinson did say that about Concord, and I never said that about Concord. When I looked at Concord and I looked at the gameplay of Concord, I said, look, it plays nice, but these character designs are absolute dookie butter, and I don't know about this. There's not enough modes. I don't know why they're doing cutscenes in in seasons, like seasonal cutscenes. Like, this just doesn't seem right. Everybody, and listen, I'm not a live service connoisseur, but I know enough about live service, and I've seen enough popular live service games and enough not popular live service games that I said, yeah, I don't think Concord's gonna be some type of crazy hit or anything like that. Anybody who, once again, has any, like I said, wits about them, but once again, the preview for Concord, they're trying to make it stand out. People were saying Concord looks like trash, so say the opposite. Like I said, no hate towards Andy Robinson. I think he does good work. I don't think he's dishonest. I don't think he's trying to be dishonest, but I do think that there is a financial side to it, because no, Concord did not shape the way. I don't need to play Concord to tell you that it wasn't going to shape the way live service was going to go. No, I've never seen a live service game with that trash of character design and that type of way of doing seasonal cutscenes. No, that's never in the history of gaming. That has never been a way to do a live service and do a live service correct. That is not how you do a live service. You do not make people wait for seasonal cutscenes of a ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy. No, that is not a monumental change to the live service. No, and I live reacted to the cutscenes in Concord, and I was like, this is not it, Chief. This is, and everyone knew that. But once again, previews were all glowing, talk about how this can be the next big thing, and everyone else is like, no. So that's the reason why I'm doing the same thing here. It's like the previews, oh, it's gonna be this clickbait. It's like, no, I think I'll check. I know what I see, and I see what I know. So I'm not gonna take all of that to heart, you know? Because yes, they did do the same thing with Concord. So yeah. I think the gameplay will be great, but the companion stuff will be a negative of the game. I don't know if it will be. We have to wait and see. I don't think it is going to be a big negative of the game. I don't think it's going to be. Not based off of what I've seen. Not based off of what I've seen. Not based off, like I said, but, you know, drop the, what do you want to bet? What do you want to go review score? What do you want to do? We can do whatever you want. I think you're listening to the previews and you're getting rage baited by the previews. That's what I think. What's up, Abaddon? I think you're getting rage baited by the previews of the game. Because if you watched what GameSpot said, they didn't say that. So I think you're getting rage baited. And like I said, you were like, I want to bring this up. Sellout, you were saying that the Switch 2 was also like, there's too many things wrong with it and it's not going to do well. You were also doing that and saying that it was going to be a big, you were also doing that. So I just want to point that out there, that you were one of the big people that were agreeing with all those people that were being negative and that were saying that. I just want to make sure that I point that out, okay? You never actually admitted that you were wrong about that. I also want to point that out. You never actually admitted that. You kind of just swept it underneath the rug. But yeah, I just want to point that out there. Let's see here. I'm sorry, out of the loop. What's the drama? There's some NPCs that talk in Metroid and Metroid Prime 4. Yeah. Problem got me in the series Prime 4 something I've longed for. None of this is going to convince me otherwise. Convince me to not get the game. Yeah. I just want to point that out to Sellout. Like I said, I just want to point that out. He never actually admitted he was wrong. He never said, yo, OG, I'm sorry about that. You never did that. I just want to make sure that I put that out there. Okay? Because he never did that. You thought that I forgot, though. You thought that I forgot, Sellout. I didn't forget you before the Switch 2 launched. I did not forget all the stuff that you said, by the way. I did not forget what you said, fam. I did not forget that. Like I said, I agree. Listen, I have no problem with people disagreeing. I have no problem. But if you're wrong, admit it. You know? Let's see. We've been through all this in the Switch 1 era. We know what to expect from these people. Yeah. Let's see here. Shout outs to Abaddon. What's good, man? So yeah. Let's see. OJ has a dwarf style book of grudges. Listen, hey, look, it's no grudges, fam. It's no grudges. I'm just saying, like, see, I grew up old school. My parents taught me, like, when you're wrong, you say that you're wrong. If you are wrong on something, you better admit it and you better apologize. A lot of you new school cats, a lot of you new school kids, y'all parents just raise you out to just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Have your opinions, and your opinions are opinions. And even if you're dead wrong, oh well, you don't owe nobody nothing. That's what a lot of you guys, these kids raised today are. I was not raised that way. Yo, I was raised that if you were wrong on something, you better admit that you were wrong, especially if you're beating your chest and you're screaming out loud. If you're talking and chatting and saying all this stuff, you're being all loud about it, and then you're ended up proving being wrong, you better admit that you were wrong. But a lot of you guys are disrespectful as hell. A lot of these people today online and Twitter, y'all disrespectful. Y'all will sit here and rant and rave and hoop and holler about everything, and then when you're wrong, be like, oh, and want to sweep it underneath the rug. That's what you see. That's what grifters do. They do this all the time because they were raised just to be disrespectful as hell. Because their parents were disrespectful as hell to people. That's how these people are. They don't even want to admit that they were wrong on something. But you'll be the first person to come after someone else, call them fanboy, call them names, call them ridiculous, say all these different things, and then you can't even admit when you're wrong, when you're actually wrong. You know? So people are disrespectful, bro. That's how it is. That's how people are raised in today's day, man. Let's see here. Nothing wrong with Switch 2. Barely been out 6 months. Everyone needs to chill. Admit that you're wrong as loud as you were convinced you were right. That's what I'm saying. Like, pointing out someone's track record is not allowed, PlayerEssence. I'm going to have to ask you to stop. No, I'm gonna point out track records. I'm gonna point out track records. Y'all gave me hell before the Switch came out. Y'all had my blood pressure high. Not a lot of you guys here, man, but people online were, man, I'm getting called names. I got mentally ill banana suits coming after me. I got weirdo PC schizos, you know what I'm saying, fake tough guys. I got weirdo noodle arm slop channels. I got all these people calling all sorts of names and saying that I'm this and that over me selling a Switch 2 or over me liking the Switch, calling me shill and bootlicker and all these other type of things. And then when they're wrong, what? They don't want to say nothing about it. Quiet as a church mouse. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk. Yeah, I don't have a problem admitting when I was wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong on something, man. I was wrong on, what was it? The Switch 1. Originally, like back in 2016, man, I got cooked. I was wrong. I admit it. I deserved the heat. I got cooked on that one. I took it like a man, though. I took it, boom, right there, boom, punch, right on the chin. Not only that, but I personally apologize to everybody. I personally apologize to Doc Trey. I personally apologize to Emily Rogers. I personally apologize to Liam Robinson. I personally apologize to Eurogamer. I personally apologize to everyone that I said something against. Because that's called character. You know what I'm saying? That's called character. If you're going to be loud about something and you're wrong, you better apologize to all the people that you were loud against. That you were sitting there and calling them all this. You better apologize. But like I said, a lot of these kids today, a lot of these slop channels, a lot of these grifters, they were raised with no morals, barely any ethics. They can't admit when they're wrong on something. Because they were all sitting there and saying how bad Switch 2 is and how it's going to flop and all this and that. And then when it doesn't, then what? You know? So I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are just raised weird, bro. Yeah, I had to apologize to Eurogamer, man. I had to apologize to all of Eurogamer. I know, imagine that hurt my pride right there, bro. Apologizing to Eurogamer? Oh, man. So yeah. So as one of your main complaints about the Switch 2 screen is that it's trash. Listen, bro, sellout. I need you to apologize for being wrong about the Switch 2 in terms of the sales and the popularity. You ain't done that yet. You ain't done that yet. And you only said the screen was trash after Digital Foundry said it. So once again, you're easily impressionable. Like, anybody can tell you something that's negative about something and you'll believe it. You know what I'm saying? So you only said that after Digital Foundry said something. You were not saying that at the beginning. You only said something after Digital Foundry. So stop the cap, bro. You only say things after somebody else says something. You don't ever form your own opinion on things. You just hear what somebody else says, and then you come here and complain and whine and cry. And then when you're wrong, you change the subject, or you just complain about something else. It's crazy, bro. What are you talking about? You never said that the Switch 2 screen was trash at the beginning. You never said that. You only said it after Digital Foundry said it. You didn't say it beforehand. You were fine with it. Hey, what's up, Cali? Thank you for the 40 months, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Prime 4 giveaway when? I'm looking to sponsor. Oh, let's go. Yeah, we got a Prime 4 giveaway. Let's do it. Let's do it. I can do it the day that it comes out. I could try to stream it the day that it comes out, or the next day or something, for sure. No, you were here. No, 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 you did not think the same thing before. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. A lie, lie. You never said a single thing about the Switch 2 screen being bad beforehand because nobody said it was bad beforehand. That is a lie. Lying. Pride comes before the fall, and this generation is prideful above all else. Always right. Apologies are considered, yeah. Exactly, Jackson, exactly. That is a lie. You did not say that the screen was trash before. You did not say that because nobody said that the screen was. Everyone said that the screen was good. You know why? Because Nintendo put out a thing saying the screen has HDR, the screen has 120 FPS, the screen's going to take advantage of DLSS. No, you did not say that beforehand. That is a lie. When we were all watching it, we were thinking, oh my God, this screen is way better than what we thought it was going to be when it comes to the 120 FPS, when it comes to the HDR and all that. That's cap. You did not say that. You did not say the screen was going to be, it's a trash screen beforehand. That's a lie, bro. I can go back, by the way, Sellout, I can go back and look at the VODs, bro. You know that, right? I can literally just search your, I can go back and look at the VODs. Just don't make me do this, bro. Like, I like you because you're here all the time, but don't make me do this, okay? Don't make me go back and look, all right? I can go back and look. You were at those events early, okay? Oh my gosh. Yeah, sure you did. Sure you did. You did it though. It's okay. You're prideful. I'm done. Let's see here. OJ, you gonna play let's see. You gonna play Prime 4 in handheld? I might sometimes. I might. I admitted I was wrong about Expedition 33 looking like the enemies were gonna be health sponges. Yeah, you did admit that you were wrong on that. But once again, I didn't know why you were saying that in the first place because it's an RPG and like that's what an RPG, I mean, like, that's what an RPG is. Like, an RPG, you don't want the enemies to die in one hit or two hits. If it's a boss battle or if it's a tough boss, you want the enemy to, you know, be able to, like, you don't want them to die in one hit. You want them to just, you know, you want it to be an actual good battle, right? But then again, the funny thing is that in Expedition 33 is that you can break the game. So you can make it to where, like, they die in one hit. Like, I pretty much one-shotted the hardest boss in the game. So it's like you can break the game to where you can just like one-shot bosses and stuff like that. Like after a while, like you can do things to manipulate the game to make it to where like people die really quickly in that game. That's the funny thing. But yeah. Let's see if they can fix the ghosting. 99% of people should record the screen in slow mo to even tell. I don't know if they, like I said, if Nintendo can fix the ghosting, they should, but 99% of people, yeah, most people can't even tell. And it's like I said, it's with certain games, but I agree with that criticism too, though. I agree with the criticism of the screen, but I tried to see it and I can't. So, I mean, it's hard for me to like agree and say that, oh my God, it's this or that, but you know, yeah. Let's see, the best stream since your stream about baseball, yeah. The ghosting was so bad the DF had to play their video at 10% speed just so people could see this problem. They did have to slow it down quite a bit. Now, I mean, like, there have been some people that have, like, you know, showed the screen, like, you know, like, playing, like, Sonic or something. Like, look, there's a ghosting right there, blur. Like, once again, it's like, you've got to slow it down. You've got to get it in a right situation, right? And it's got to be certain types of games. So it's got to be like, you know, sometimes classic games, 2D games. If it's like a 3D game, it's probably not going to be a thing, a game that like, you know, you're going like into the screen, right? Or you're coming this way. But if it's like side to side and maybe pixelated, it could be an issue. I don't know what the recent firmware update, they did do some adjustments to the HDR. So maybe they fixed some of that. I'm not really sure. So yeah. Shout outs to Nick93 with the $2 donut says, got an LG OLED TV yesterday on sale. Games look so much better now. Who you got winning tomorrow? I want the Cardinals to win. I got the Niners winning tomorrow, and the Cardinals hopefully are not going to win. But they're without their number 1 and number 2 receiver tomorrow. So and they also have more on their injured list than I think the Niners do. But some of those guys might play. But yeah, I don't see the Cardinals winning. This one, once again, they've got too many guys out. Kyler Murray's out. Their starting quarterback's out. Their starting receivers are out. But then again, the Niners, everybody from the Niners is out too. But Brock Purdy's back, which seems like he's healthy, and Purcell's back. Also, Alfred Collins, Mr. One Punch Man from the Rams game, he's also back at defensive tackle. So we've got some reinforcements. Finally, some reinforcements coming for the Niners, man. We needed it. We needed it. What's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Does Prime 4 have any chance of the Keeleys? No, it's too late for the Keeleys because the Keeleys, I think the Keeleys are like the same week that Prime 4 comes out. You know, the Keeleys are that week, you know? So yeah. I don't think the Cardinals are the most injured team in the league. I think the Niners might be the most injured team in the league. So the Niners are the most injured team in the league because they've got multiple starters out on offense and defense. Like, Niners still are missing Brandon Ayuk. They're still missing Brandon Ayuk. So yeah. And defensively, they're missing so many guys defensively. Missing Warner. They're missing Michael Williams. They're missing Bosa. But I guess the Cardinals are pretty injured too, right? RR Castillo, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Shout outs, man. Thank you for the $2 dono. Shout outs to anything. We are one combo away from the from the extension. Let's go. Thank you guys so much, man. Let's see here. The nominees for the Game Awards are being announced on Monday. Yes, they are. I think I'm gonna live stream that. We might have a really early stream Monday, so we might live stream that early. So yeah, look out for that. So look out for that, guys. Look out for that. We might live stream like the reaction to that. Might live stream the reaction. Let's see, Titans are the most inept team. They are. OJ, you check out the gameplay for Game Informer for Dragon Quest 7? Nah, I didn't check out the gameplay because there's no need. I'm just going to pick it up when it comes out. It's Dragon Quest, you know? Like, there ain't really no need to watch Dragon Quest gameplay. Unless it's like Dragon Quest 12, like the new Dragon Quest. Yeah. OJ, who are you kidding? McBride is Arizona's best receiver. McBride is Arizona's best receiver, but when you lose your other receivers, then that means people can target on McBride, right? So the other guys, you have backups in, so everyone, the Niners are going to be focusing everything around McBride. So it's going to be, I think it might be a little bit harder for him to get open because they're going to slide coverages and protections over to McBride and then play man-to-man on the other people, you know? Shout outs to Justin with the $3 dono coming in. Let's go.
Hot take, my first one. I know people here and you will disagree with. I don't like HDR gaming, and yes, I have calibrated right. It's just too dark for me, and I know that's kinda the point. I just think it looks better without it.
You know what? That might be the case, yeah. Yo, Cyber Taurus with the opening thread.
Man, you
Let's
know
go.
the YouTube notifications are bad when my daughter says, "Hey dad, did you know OJ is streaming?" And I just have a dumb look on my face. Also, go Seahawks.
Oh man, yeah. Shout outs to Cyber Taurus, yeah. First of all, shout outs to little Cyber. She is the MVP. She's the real MVP going on here, Cyber Taurus. You got yourself a winner there, my man. She's gonna take care of you when you get old. You're not gonna have to work. You're not gonna have to work. That little lady is gonna take care of you, my man. You're raising an all-star. You are raising an absolute all-star. Seriously, I'm serious, bro. I'm dead serious. You are raising an all-star. She is gonna take care of you. You are gonna live in comfort when you get older, my boy. She is gonna take care of you. And shout outs to little Cyber T. Shout outs to little Cyber T. I appreciate you, young lady. And I appreciate you, Cyber Taurus. Yeah, notifications cooked at this point, man. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes notifications do not work. Appreciate you, though, Cyber Taurus. Thank you so much for the big 25. You're not the Hokage Extreme Ninja. Ayo, let's go. 25 on the combo. That is a huge bump up. I appreciate that. What's that? 42 now? Oh, we are out here. 42 on the board. We can get some extensions going here, boys and girls. Let's go. Little combo breaker action. Little Noah overclock. 30 minutes.
Overclock buster.
Next one up. 3 more combos. Let's go. Yeah, I think to Justin's point, I think HDR is dependent. HDR, it might look better. Like, I tuned my HDR for this TV right, or for this monitor right here, but I've had issues with my capture card, but I tuned it to the pre-brightness and all that. And I also tuned my LG. And it's better now. Like, before I was having a bunch of washed out looking issues, but now that Nintendo put that peak brightness tweak on there, I can actually tell where it's at. I think they kind of adjusted it a bit. But yeah, I can understand what you're saying though. Like, you don't need HDR. HDR is definitely not needed for the games to look good. Nintendo games are already kind of bright and look good anyway. So yeah, you don't really need it. It's not like needed, but it's nice though, you know. Shout outs though. Shout outs to Justin. Shout outs to Cyber Taurus. HDR depends on the TV. Having the right TV with the OLED, LG OLED, it can look brilliant. But some games don't implement it correctly. Yeah, apparently there were some issues with LGs, just in general, when it comes to just LGs in general. When it comes to some of the TVs, I didn't bring my water with me either. Anyway, I'll go get it later. So yeah. So it is what it is on that one. I'm gonna put you as a mod too, my man. Cyber Taurus standard. New 2D Metroid probably later. Yeah, Brandon says a lot of people are complaining about Metroid Dread was $60, and we're seeing how that went. Highest selling Metroid game. Let the gameplay and experience be your deciding factor. Yep. Like I said, I can't wait for this game to come out. That's why I'm passionate about it. It's fun to discuss it, argue back and forth, whatever the case is, man, because I can't wait for this game to come out and it's like really good and people are blown away by the gameplay and all that. I can't wait, man. It is going to be incredible. I mean, are there going to be some people that say, oh yeah, the people, because yeah, they're going to want the rage bait. But when you play the game, when you play it and you're like, oh, it's not that bad, it's fine, it's not that big of a deal, it actually makes the game kind of interesting. I'm telling you, man, it is going to be, it's going to be, I told you guys with Donkey Kong Bonanza, people were saying, oh, it's just boring, nothing to do, you just punch things all day. I'm like, guys, there's going to be other elements to it, there's going to be innovative stuff to it, they're going to add a bunch of different things, like it's going to be, I'm telling you. And guess what happened, right? So it's the same thing here, man. It's the same thing here. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think they spent, 5, 6, 7 years for it not to be really good. Like, so yeah. And based off of what I've seen, gameplay wise, woo, it's looking lit, man. It's looking great. I'm excited once again. And I'm not even the biggest like Metroid Prime fan. I'm a big Metroid fan, but I'm not the biggest Metroid Prime fan. But I've played and beat all the games. What's up, Alonzo? Welcome. I know you've been here, but what up? Shout outs to Nick92 though. Congrats on that LG, man. LGs are great, dude. I have an LG. I have an LG CX. My TV is 5 years old now at this point. I got it 5 years ago, but it still supports a lot of the new features and all that. So I'm good. I don't think I need a new TV for the next I'll probably won't get a new TV probably till like 2028. I'll probably like 3 or 4 more years and then I'll run with this TV. I'll probably get a new TV like once like 8K becomes like normal and standard, like LG, like and like that, and like more places support it. Maybe I'll do that. So maybe like in 5 years I'll get a new TV. But I'm good with my TV right now, man. I like it. Just like my mic, dude. I've had this mic for like, I think I got this mic like 1 year into the Switch 1. So I got this mic like in 2018. I still like it. It's not the best mic ever, but it's good. It's a good mic. And this camera, I got this camera 2018. It's still good. I'm going on 7, 8 years and I'm good. The funniest thing is that I bought a new Shure mic in 2023 and I did not like how smooth my voice sounded. Like I didn't like the quality was too much. There wasn't enough grit in the mic. So I took it back. I was like, I don't like it. So I tried to even upgrade my mic and I'm like, nah, man, I got to go back to the old school, man. I feel like Metroid fans want the games to be boring and uninteresting for people. I think they just want it to be, they're purists. Once again, I can't wait for the game to actually come out, man. It's going to come out soon. We got a few more weeks. It's funny about people that like Rob, who are one of the biggest Metroid fans on the planet, isn't complaining about it. Yep, because he's not crazy. Because he's not acting crazy, like acting like overblowing it. Like it's okay to criticize. I should have said that beforehand. I should have said it before. But it's okay to have something that you don't like. But like I said, people that are going nuts about it, that's what I have a problem with. People that are saying, oh, the gameplay is great. It's like the contradictions of the titles. The gameplay is fantastic. It has Metroid gameplay in spades. But one thing can derail the whole experience. No, it's not. Stop the cat, bro. Y'all out here saying that Concord was great. Like it's the same people. Stop the cat. Joe 9K with the $20 donut says, one criticism, Nintendo has always had its own style and character. Don't you think recently they've deviated from their original route, which made their game's attitude, performance on the vibe look like, for instance, like Disney? I mean, I can see what you're saying for sure. Like I get that criticism overall. I get that. But once again, the reason why I'm willing to wait and see and play, because people said the same thing about Metroid Prime. If you don't ever change anything or deviate from anything, you're just going to consistently make the same game over and over. When, believe it or not, I don't know if you remember this, Joe 9K. When Metroid Prime was first coming out, people said that this is stupid. Why is it first person? It's all this, and like they completely ruined it. They're deviating from it. They're trying to be like Xbox. They're trying to be like Halo. Why are they doing this? Like, people have the same complaints. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have the same complaints. And I'm not trying to say that it's like, it's okay. You can have your criticism just like people had their criticism back then. You know what I'm saying? You can have your criticism. What I'm saying is that there's going to be changes and deviates from the same, like, they're not going to make the same game over and over and over again. If you simply just make the same game and don't ever deviate and don't ever try at least anything new, you're just going to consistently make the same game over and over. We would have never evolved from the 2D era to the 3D era. Because why make 3D? Why make 3D games? You can just make 2D games that everyone loves. For example, look at Ocarina of Time. Why make Ocarina of Time? Why not just make Link to the Past? Just keep on making the original Zelda. Keep on making Link to the Past. Keep on making the same game over and over. Why do you even need to make a 3D Ocarina of Time, which completely, somewhat changed, actually, yeah, pretty much changed the formula of Zelda games? Why you even need to do that? That's deviating from what people liked, right? People liked Link to the Past. People liked the original Legend of Zelda. Why even change it? So, like, you've got to sometimes at least try to change some things. Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 have already been out. They've been out for decades now, right? I don't think they just need to make something that's exactly like Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, but just different powers. I think that it's okay to experiment just a little bit. Like, I get what you're saying, Joe 9K. I'm okay with that criticism, but there's nothing wrong with deviating a little bit from the beaten path and trying something just a little bit different. That's all I'm trying to say. The gameplay that they showed is still great. It's still the great gameplay, you know, that you know and love, or whatever the case is, right? Like, it's still all of that. So it's not like it's not Metroid Prime. Like, if you look at the gameplay, it's Metroid Prime. Look at the boss fights, it's Metroid Prime. Like, it's that. But I don't mind them trying a little bit of a different thing with some character NPCs. The isolation of Metroid Prime is not what I felt made like, some people think that's what made Metroid the greatest thing ever. I don't think that. I never thought that. I thought what made Metroid Prime great was the controls, gameplay, and the content. Not I'm by myself 24/7. I never felt that's what made Metroid Prime great. I don't care if they added in somebody else and Samus does a mission with somebody else. I never cared about that. Just like I didn't care about Metroid Prime 3 when they added that into Metroid Prime 3. I didn't care about that either. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, I care about the actual gameplay. I care about the actual story in the game. I care about the actual lore. I care about the controls. I care about the powers and the upgrades. I don't care that there's a side character that's like whatever. That doesn't make the game. That doesn't make or break the game for me. That's never made or break the game for me. Now, for some people, sure, but for others, you know, no. So yeah, no, I don't agree with you, Felipe, because what you were saying is that it was the exact same thing, and I was saying no, that there's changes to the game. Jesus Christ, that's not what you were saying, Felipe. You forget what you were even saying. So you agree that there needs to be changes? No, what you were saying is that they've changed nothing, and I was saying no, they haven't changed nothing. It's similar gameplay, but there will be upgrades and there will be other things that they add in to make the experience different. You were basing it simply based off the first trailer for the game. You were saying this is the whole game, and I was saying no, it's not. That there's going to be other things that are different. No, stop trying to flip it to where you were right. There's no scenario you were right in this. There's no scenario you were right. Shout outs to Joe 9K. Thank you for the $20. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Joe 9K. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you for, and like, this dude's been supporting like crazy. You guys give some love to Joe 9K, man. Combo breaks. Let's go. So yeah. I don't think like, and once again, I don't think Nintendo's trying to hold your hand in the game the whole time. I don't think that's gonna be it. Like, once again, the previews didn't say that. It's just the beginning part. I don't think they're trying to hold your hand throughout the whole thing in the game. Like I said, I think some of you guys are overreacting just a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I played Xenoblade Chronicles. It's not holding your hand all throughout that game. You know, I've played, you know, lots of games. They don't seem to hold your hand throughout there. I mean, there might even be a tip system that you can turn on or off. So I don't think they're trying to hold your hand throughout the whole thing. Like, I don't think that's it. Shout outs to Aries EMS with the 5 gifted memberships. Let's go. Thank you so much, Aries EMS. Let's go. Felipe's not gonna bet. He ain't got no money to bet. He's not betting nothing. I already know him. He ain't betting nothing. He is not betting anything at all. Shout outs to Aries EMS. Thank you for the 5 gifted, man. Goodness gracious, that is awesome, bro. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted, brother. I appreciate you. This man is not betting anything. He is not. Felipe just likes to talk. He just likes to talk. He just likes to talk. He doesn't actually believe half the stuff that he says. He's like a chat grifter. He's a chat grifter. Every day these dudes find something new to cry about. Yeah, he's trying to say, oh, so you agree with they need to change? No. What I was saying that they are gonna add new things in. You were the one saying that it was the exact same thing. That's why I said that you don't even remember what you said, or you're trying to manipulate things because they're changing things, and now you're saying, oh, well, I don't like the change. Bro, I was the one that was telling you that they're gonna change a few different things in the game. I was the one that was telling you that it's not just gonna be the same thing throughout the whole thing. What do you? And they added, they have psychic powers, they have a bike, they have a bunch of other stuff that we didn't know about, at least fully, when you were complaining that they didn't change enough. I was the one saying that they are gonna change things. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. What are you talking about? I'll bet $20 that it gets a 91. 20 for, oh man. I'm not gonna, listen, I am not confident about a 91. I am not confident about that because there are some, there are some frauds out there. You know what I'm saying? I am confident with at least an 87 or an 88. I am confident that it will be a high 80s game because of the fluidity, because it has some of the best graphics that we've seen, maybe even the best graphics in a Nintendo first party game. So one of the best graphics for sure. So I am confident with the Western media that it is going to review pretty good, but there are going to be some people, they're like, the game's great, it plays awesome, everything was great, but that guy talked to me for 5 minutes and it completely made my experience terrible, and therefore it ruined everything that I thought of the series. Samus is no longer the Amazon woman, incredible and character that I thought that she was, that I had dreams of, that I put a poster up in my room and I felt that she was supposed to just never talk to anyone, always be angry, and always just be by herself 24/7. So therefore, 2 out of 10. There's gonna be that person. I mean, we saw it with Metroid Dread. So there's definitely gonna be that person with this game. There's gonna be that person. So I'm gonna go with the 87. I'm more comfortable with the 87 to 91. I think it can be in that range, but I'm not confident in a 91. I was pretty confident in Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was confident in that game, but I'm not as confident in this one because, like I said, there are some fraud reviewers out there that are probably gonna do something crazy like that. And shout outs to Aries EMS. Thank you for the follow. So that's why I'm a little bit like thinking, yeah, there's probably gonna be a few. Too many haters will pull the aggregate down. I expect 86 plus, but to me, that's irrelevant. Expect it to be 100 for me. Oh yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, it does. Yeah, it looks great. It looks really good. 92 is your prediction. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised because once again, my prediction is somewhere between like an 87 and like low 90s. So I'm kind of like there, but once again, now, like I said, we got some haters that are definitely going to be reviewing this game. And they're going to be reviewing it from a purist standpoint, not from the game standpoint, but from a purist standpoint. So from a purist standpoint, yeah, it's like, what? I think there should never be any talking from any other characters and never have anything. So 3 points down. And apparently, Kiwi Talk said that he said that he already saw some reviewers said they're going to dock a whole point simply for even just having that. Not even like just off the top, not even like how it fits in with everything, like just off the top, you know. Septic Sauce with the 5 British pounds and says, bro, that side character of Metroid is worse than Dreamcast guy. I can't like that. I like Dreamcast guy's the homie. Dreamcast guy, I hit the love button. Oh, listen, I'll separate it, Septic Sauce. I will separate Thank you for the 5. I love the fact that you gave me 5. 1, that's more than I gave you. So I'm up. So I owe you $3, Septic Sauce. Or no, now I got to give you a little bit more. Because now it feels like you're just giving me my money back that I gave to you. Even though it was only a small dono, but I couldn't do more for some reason. I got to get that fixed with YouTube. So now I owe you $3. So next time that you stream Septic Sauce, I got to do more than 5. Okay, I got to do more than 5 because it feels like you just gave me my money back. And I was really enjoying your stream with Cole Eastwood the other day. So now I just feel like I didn't give you anything. Okay, so next time that I saw that you were streaming earlier today with BG, I didn't get a chance to catch it, but next time that I catch you live, I'm gonna do more than that. So maybe we can do ping pong or something. I don't know, or not, or you can just take it and then it'd be fine from there. Shout out to Septic, man. I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate. Oh wait, or is he? Or is, I don't know, man. I don't know. But remember, he was right all along, right? He was right all along. See, like, remember, in the end, Dreamcast guy, was he right? So maybe, in the end, Miles McKenzie ends up being right, you know? Miles McKenzie ends up being right. Oh, let's see here. He says, oh, you don't need to. It's not about need. It's not about need, Septic Sauce. It's not about need. It's about, I might. I probably will, though. So, I mean, you didn't need to donate 5. You didn't need to do that, but you did it. So I really do appreciate the $5. I think that's a lot of money to donate to someone that you never met or talked to really outside of just on the internet at times. But I really appreciate that, though. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Let's add it to the board. Let's see here. I really appreciate it. Is he wrong, though? I don't listen. Shout out to Dreamcast guy, man. Shout out to Dreamcast guy. Shout out to him. I have not been. What is the most recent stuff? I gotta check it out. Because I have not been watching as much. So I gotta see what he's been. What he's actually been saying though. So I just haven't been watching. So I'm gonna watch now though. I'm gonna check it out now. He's talking about leaving PC now. He's talking about leaving PC. What is he talking about? He's just talking about random stuff. Yeah, he's just talking about Red Dead Redemption 1. How he hates Call of Duty. PC gaming leagues. Shout out to, hey man, he's doing the YouTube thing, man. He's doing the YouTube. This is what you gotta do, bro. This is what you gotta do. He's doing the YouTube thing. He's doing it. So there you go. Yo, so that's a Cyber Taurus with the 10.
86 to 88 for Prime 4. Feeling like it will be around 86, just because some reviewers will complain about the sidekick or some other random thing they don't like.
Oh, yo, we got OmniArts here too as well. Yeah, no, fam, bro, listen. I roasted you earlier in the stream too. Nah, bro, cause you grifting. Shout outs to Cyber Taurus. Thank you for the $10. But bro, you grifting. Like, listen. I like the hustle. The hustle's fine. But I'ma call it like I see it, my man. I was raised right, my man. My mama always told me, boy, if you call something not right, call it like you see it, and I'm calling it like I see it, fam. You sit here. Listen, I appreciate the 5. I appreciate it. I don't think you're a bad person, but you are scamming / lying / grifting. And let me tell you the reason why that you are. The reason why you are is because you are going ballistic on Pokemon. You are going ballistic on Rage Bait and all that on one channel. And then on another channel, you are promoting a slop, trash, mobile game as good. That is the equivalent of being racist, but then having a black boyfriend or a black girlfriend. That is what you are doing. That is the equivalent of what you are doing. You are a racist. I'm not saying that you're actually racist, but you are a racist over here, but then you go home to I don't know, to Demetrius, or you go home to whoever. You see what I'm saying, fam? Like, you can't sit here and talk about slop and talk about lazy and talk about boring and talk about this and then sit here and tell everybody that a mobile game is incredible. A Chinese knockoff mobile game is great. Oh my god, this auto battling game, I saw some of your videos. This auto battling game is fantastic. Pokemon, slop, terrible, trash, don't buy it. What? Excuse me? Excuse me? That is the reason why I roast you. I roast you because it is hypocritical. You are grifting. This is a grift. You run a rage bait channel where you're just simply everything sucks, okay? But then your other channel, you're promoting slop, mobile slop, as good. Dude, you're a grifter. Like, you're a grifter. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are grifting. You are rage baiting, and you are grifting for views. And like I said, more power to you, brother. Make your money. You can make your money, but don't get mad if like I said, my mama told me to call it like I see it, and I'm calling it like I see it. If I were you, okay, this is my advice to you. My advice to you is ignore what I say. Ignore what people say. If this is what you want to do, you can do it. But don't get upset when somebody sees it and calls it like they see it. You know? You can't be talking about how slop Pokemon is and then over here talking about how amazing Auto Battler Chinese knockoff Clash of Clowns. It is Clash of Clowns. Clash of Clans is. You can't. No, that does not. So you're trying to tell me that I should be playing a Chinese mobile knockoff more than Pokemon? No. No, I will not. I will not play a Chinese knockoff slop auto battler over Pokemon Legends ZA. No. No. So that's slop, but that's good? I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. Okay? I'm not dumb. Other people are dumb. But I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. Other people are dumb. People that watch your slop channel's dumb. They're kind of dumb. But I'm not dumb. I don't listen to people that do that. I don't listen to people that do that. You can do it. Like I said, make your money. Because I know you're making money off that rage bait channel. You're getting all sorts of people that just hate stuff to watch. And congratulations. But I'm not stupid. I don't listen to people that do that. No. You can't trick me. You trick other people on YouTube. It's easy to trick people. A lot of people here are stupid. They watch anything that makes them mad. Their lives are miserable. I'm not dumb though. But like I said, make your money, man. Make your money. I'm not hating on you. I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I don't think that you're a bad person, but you are a grifter. You are grifting. Bro, I know it looks bad, but I swear on my life, I love Rise of Kingdoms. Played it for 7 years, only sponsored for like 1 or 2 years. Oh, so it's okay when you like slop. But if someone else likes what you don't like, it's not okay. Did your parents really raise you to think this way? I'm honest, OmniArch. We need to have a conversation. I would love to have you on. Did your parents really raise you to be, I hate this, so therefore I'm gonna go all in against it. But slop that I like, it's okay. I like it. Did your parents raise you to be this way? Did they really? This is why I call this a grift. This is why I call this a grift. So it's okay to like mobile Chinese knockoff auto battling slop and promote that and make money off of it and tell people how great it is because you like it. But how dare someone like Pokemon? Because you hate it. So I am going to make a rage bait channel and go all in and insult them and call them slop defenders. Did your parents really raise you to be that way? That is some grimy ass ethics. Really, did your parents really raise you to be that way? I don't believe it. That's why it's just better off if you just say, hey, look, man, I'm grifting. It's just better off if you just admit that you're grifting. Okay? Because then I feel better about it. But I really hope your family or your brothers or sisters or whoever raised you did not raise you to do that. Because that sounds terrible. You're going to rain on other people's parade, talk about how bad it is, but then promote mobile slop. Because you like it and an auto battler mobile slop game. This is bad. I would love to talk to you. OmniArch, I got you on DMs. I would love for you to be able to have a mic and defend yourself. Because right now I think I've been roasting you and I really want to hear your side of things. Not limited to, 200 characters. Thank you for the double donos though. Shout outs to, also, big love to Mayo Riot. Epic P here, happy Saturday. Shout outs to Mayo Riot. Thank you so much for the 20. This is grimy. This is really grimy if that's the case. Like I said, I'm hoping that once again this is just a grift by you, you know? That's what I think it is. But if you're saying that you truly love Clash of Clans or Clash of whatever, what the hell, or Rise of Clans or whatever the heck that you said, what is the name of this game? I know it looks bad, but I love Rise of Kingdoms. Why don't you give people the same luxury of liking what they like? Because you play an auto battler. Why don't you give them the same grace? You don't want people telling you anytime that you look forward to a new unit that it sucks and that it's terrible and calling you a slop and all. You don't like that, do you? So the only reason why I roast you on that type of stuff is because once again, I see a problem with that. There's no way that game that you're playing, this Rise of Kingdoms, is better than Pokemon Legends ZA, or there's just no way. It's an auto battler. Like literally, you tell people don't do anything, just let the game play itself, and you'll win. That's what your videos are. A lot of them are just let the game play, and I like it. So I'm struggling here. Listen, man, if this is what you do to make ends meet, I'm okay with that. I have no problem. But just admit it, you know? It is what it is. Let's see here. Let's see here. Easy now. Let's not bring up my parents. Listen, I'm hoping. Like I said, I'm hoping. I'm just hoping that this is just you grifting. That it's not. Listen, I think that you're not a bad person. I don't think your parents did this to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think your parents did this to you. I don't think that they did. I think this is you just simply grifting because it's easy money. It's very easy money to take advantage of a base that likes it. That's what I think. So I think Omni parents are cool. I think that they're cool people. I don't think that they did anything to this. I think that you're just trying to do it for a grift because you can make money off of it, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, once again, you need to be prepared for people, for people to say things back to you, right? For people to say things back to you, because you go after other people all the time. You're on Twitter, man. You're going after people. You're saying that they're slop defenders. Anybody that's looking forward to Pokemon, you have a problem with, you know? But you're promoting a auto battling Clash of Clans Chinese knockoff, you know? So it is what it is. So yeah, it is what it is. You burnt the dish. Listen, guys, I gotta call it like I said. I don't believe his parents are bad. I don't think so, because I don't think he's a bad person. He seems like a cool guy. We've had conversations before in the chat or in DMs. I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he's bad, but we got to be honest about what's going on here. You know, I was like, we got to be honest about what's going on here. We got to keep it real. You know, we keep it real here. We do not sugarcoat. We keep it real. Like, you know, nope, can't respect drifting. I don't care if you make money off it. Listen, man, it is what it is. I can't possibly keep up with just the written text. Omni, do you got time right now? We bring you on right now, fam. If you want to come on right now, I bring you on Discord right now. I can bring you on. You want to talk about it? Like I said, I'm no disrespect to the parents, no disrespect to the family. I'm trying to believe that they did not raise you like that. I don't think that they did. So I don't think that they did. That's why I said I hope I don't think your parents raised like that. Most people's parents do not raise them to be like that. But like my parents raised me like, yo, man, like if somebody else likes something, they like something. Like I'm not gonna dedicate my life to being angry and upset about something that somebody else likes. Like you've dedicated your life to rage baiting. So I would love to hear your side of things, bro. I really would. Rage baiters usually are scared to talk to anybody unless it's somebody else that's also a rage baiter and believes in their grift or that partakes in their own grift. So man, I would love to talk to you. And chat, you guys can go easy on him. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys go easy on him. I would love to do it. If you've got time, let me know, man. If you've got time, let me know. We can do it right now. I can send you the Discord link. We can do it right now, bro. Let's see here. Rise of Kingdoms has better user score. Has a better user score than Metacritic than ZA. Yeah, there you go. See, thank you for keeping it real, OJ. Hey, man, you guys know what it is. 1 sec. All right, I got you, fam. Let's go. I'll send you the Discord link. No video. It can just be audio, my boy. It can just be audio. I gotta talk to you, bro. I gotta talk to you on this one because this one's great. Shout out to OmniArch. Shout out to Cyber Taurus as well. Cyber Taurus with the $10 dono, predicting 86 to 88 for Metroid Prime 4. Okay. 86 to 88. Let's go. Cyber Taurus, thank you for the JoJo boys. Let's add you up here on the top too. Let's go, man. Man, this is gonna be great. I am looking forward to this because usually, like I said, grifters, Pokemon grifters, and all that, they will not talk to you. They will just they want nothing to do with people that like the IP or something. For the most part, they usually won't talk to you because it might ruin their grift. So I love the fact that he's actually willing to talk. I don't know, man, reviews can be relative. If they saying it's good or it's auto battler, doubt if they say the best game ever. And it's another story. Many things go into a review. I think I think Jakin was just joking around though. I think he was just joking around. All right. So let me see here. Let me bring up my Discord. Oh man, here we go. Here we go. I haven't been on Discord in a hot minute, bro. What's going on? What's up, fam? I hate Discord though, bro. This thing looks like freaking ghetto game facts from back in the day, man. This thing's all ghetto. I do not like the layout. I do not like the layout of Discord. It's trash. All right. Let's see here. All right, let me see if I can do my PE Collins channel. All right, here we go. Invite to channel. Here we go. Copy. I'm gonna send you the link right now, man. Yeah, but I roasted this guy pretty bad on Twitter, so I can see why he wanted to come through. He's like, bro, why are you roasting me like that? He's being a good sport about it though. Let's see here. He's being a good sport about it though. He's being a good sport about it. All right. All right, here we go. I got my man OmniArch. Let's go. Got the click, got the link, got the send. All right, there you go. So I sent you the Discord link, Omni. When you're ready, just go ahead and hop into the rating room, and I'll be there waiting. So let me know if it works or not, too. Like, if it doesn't work, let me know. We can get you a different link, but I got you. It's in the waiting room. All right, here we go. He's already here. Let's go. This man knows how to use Discord. All right, hold up. Let's go. Let's go. Somebody actually is willing to talk. Hey, let's go, fam. Let's go. All right, I will drag you in. So let me know if it works or not, too. Like, if it doesn't work, let me know. I got you. I can hear you, but you're a bit low. So let me see if I can raise you. Raise you up.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. You're good.
You can hear it? Can chat hear me? Yo, chat, press 1 if you can hear me.
Chat can hear you. I know because I can. Yeah, they can hear you. What's up, fam?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I was just hanging out with my buddy. We got home from eating dinner, and I popped on, and I saw like 500 notifications on Twitter. I was like, oh, fuck, what did I do? I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, damn, bro. Yo, it's PlayerEssence again. Fuck, I fucked up. What I do?
So let me ask you a question, man. So what's the deal? Like, so I get it. So it's like, okay, so one channel, you have the Rage Bait channel. You get some good views on that. Obviously, you're doing well on that channel, you know. But then you also have the Clash of Clans channel. You know, you have the Clash of Clans channel where I saw that you removed the Clash of Clans, you know, YouTube from the bio on Twitter. You removed that and you put the Rage Bait channel. So what was the thought process behind switching that up? What happened there?
So the truth is, I am fucking garbage at using Twitter, and I never use it for anything, or at least up until like a month ago, I haven't used it for anything other than to just like share my links. And obviously I get no engagement that way. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, well, this other channel that I've been working on for a few months, it's, you know, this is something I'm spending a lot more time on, so I'm going to put that here. That's pretty much it. Okay, that's so there's nothing nefarious about that after, because I noticed after, you know, I kind of
put it out there with the channel beforehand. You know, you changed it up. But hey, look, if you say that it's just, hey, look, you're just doing that just because. You know,
no. That main channel is linked in all my videos. It's in every description of every video. I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe people don't know about it. I don't know, but yeah. It's out there.
I knew that you ran a rage bait channel, and I'm sorry if I'm calling it rage bait channel. Just it's your opinion, okay? So I'll be a bit more respectful. So I knew that you ran because people said that sometime else. But like I said, I only saw your other channel, your Clash of Clans channel. So what's the logic behind, you know, being so angry about Pokemon, but then also promoting a mobile, what people kind of see as mobile slop? Like, what's the logic behind that?
So here's what I was trying to say in chat. I'm fully aware of this. I will never beat the allegations. Like I'm going into a losing battle. It's not going to work, but I do feel like I need to explain myself because to me, it's. I can see where you're.
I'm sorry. When you said the way that you explained it was just funny to me. No, go ahead. Keep going though. Keep going, fam. Keep going.
Okay. So here's the thing. Yeah. I started playing Rise of Kingdoms literally when the game came out. Like no bullshit. I had probably 30 people at my job. We were all playing this game together, right? Mm-hmm. And we had a blast. Like I've built communities on that game. We used to play. After work, we would go to a bar nearby. We would play together. Like it was just this. I had never experienced a game like that, and it was so much fun. And I know, brother. Listen, it's a mobile game. I know the monetization strategy. Yeah. I know what it looks like. I totally get it. I will never beat the allegations, but I swear on my life, when I downloaded that game and the community that I had at work when I played with everybody, they all quit at this point, by the way. It was a blast, right? Okay. So I've been playing this game. That my Rise of Kingdoms channel used to be a Call of Duty channel, and Call of Duty I think is garbage now. So I stopped playing Call of Duty, and I was like, you know what? I'm loving this game. I'm gonna just start making videos about it. Okay. And this was back around 2020, and those videos started to pop off, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm making videos about a game I love, and people watch it, and like this is great, right? Yeah. So that's how that happened, and then I did that for like 5 years, and eventually they had like a sponsored creator program, and they invited me because I was one of the bigger. I was like a you know a medium fish in a small pond type of thing. Yeah, no problem. And that's how we got where we are. But looking from where you're sitting, you've never heard of me before, and no. You know, no disrespect to you. Everyone's going to come to this. Like, I get where you're coming from. Everyone's going to come to this conclusion. I get it, right? Yeah. Even my friends in real life are like, bro, you're still playing that fucking game. What the fuck, right? Yeah. I get it. I've heard it for years now. I totally get it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm never, and that's why I wanted to come on, because you seem like such a chill dude, and I know I've heard where you're coming from 50 times. No bullshit. So I'm like, okay, he's going down he has the same view everybody has, and I'm never gonna change his mind, but he seems like such a cool dude, and I just, you know, I wanted to explain my side of it. So I have the two separate channels because they're totally different things. I don't promote Rise of Kingdoms on my other channel. The channel you say is a rage bait channel. Okay? It is. Okay, whatever. I don't promote it over there because I know the game is so niche. It is such a unique like game that most people are not gonna like that game, right? So I'm not promoting over there. It's a separate channel. It's a separate thing. The thing about it, here's the thing though, and I think there's a good reason why you don't promote it on the other channel. You're over here raging about games, about the quality of Pokemon, but then you're over here hyping up a mobile slop game. You don't think that there's some type of hypocrisy with that? Just maybe even just a little bit? I don't though, because the game's $0. It's free. Oh, but it's terrible, and the monetization practices are terrible. Well, okay, I'll give you that. I'm not a fan of the monetization, but it is free, and I don't think it's terrible. Like genuinely, I really like the game. I'm explaining to you. I played it for 7 years. Most of the time, I did not get paid to play it. I genuinely like it. So for me, it doesn't feel like a grift because it's a game that I like playing. Let me ask you a question. So if Pokemon somehow made something like that and made it free, would that be okay? Would that be now? It would be all of a sudden a great game? It depends, because to me, Pokemon is like it's for kids, right? It feels different when you're marketing the game to kids versus the game that I play. The average age of the player is like fucking 50. Okay, I don't know the average age of the player or anything like that. I mean, I know that from what I understand, the average age of Pokemon, the target range is like who they target are kids, but like the average age is like 20.
Like people that are like 20 years old or something. People that grew up with Pokemon
average age of Pokemon players like maybe like fucking 28 or something. But
Yeah.
if you watch like even the Pokopia trailer, dude, they're talking so slow. It's so condescending. It's like, bro, I'm not 6 years old, man. Come on now.
Yeah, no, I get that. And like I said, I'm not in love with Pokopia either in terms of what they're doing. I just find it funny. I just find it funny that you're so willing to go after Pokemon fans and people that like Pokemon when you like mobile slop. You truly enjoy an auto battler, like a game that literally plays itself. It plays itself, and then you have a game like Pokemon Legends ZA, whatever, that's far more engaging in terms of dynamic battles, in terms of what you can do within the game, and with a multiplayer, certain type of, although the multiplayer is not great, but there's so many aspects of this game that are good, but you are so negative towards it, and it's like, I just don't understand. So if Pokemon Legends ZA, if it was free, would you change your mind? Would you all of a sudden think the game was great? And that's an honest question. Like, would you, because like, that's what you said here. It's like, the game's free. So, well, it's free. The monetization's terrible, but it's free. So if Pokemon Legends ZA, all of a sudden, if that was free, all of a sudden, is it a great game that you love and you're going to make a whole channels based off of it?
I mean, that wouldn't automatically make it great, but I would have far less of a problem with it 100%.
So like, it's only because of the money. It's not because of the quality of the game. It's only because of the money.
It's the value proposition. If you're going to charge somebody 70 plus day one DLC plus the subscription to Nintendo Online,
okay,
you know, you got to come, because I'm, you know, a lot of people don't know this because my titles and thumbnails are very inflammatory, right? So people are not going to.
It's rage bait. Like I said, it's rage bait.
So
yeah.
The top shelf of my game shelf here, it's all Pokemon games up through Scarlet and Violet was what broke it for me. That's what broke my back. I was like, holy fuck, these games are garbage now, and I just feel so bad because I love the game so much. But all the ones on the Switch, I just feel so heartbroken that the franchise is what it is. I'm like, god damn.
So bro. are they not good? But remember, you said if it was free, they'd be good. So it's really just based off of money, right? That's really
no. I said it's a value proposition. That's all.
Okay, so what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the game is good. Let's just say somebody gifted you a copy. Let's just say you got a free copy of the game. Now, is the game good now? No. So, but it was free.
Yeah, but the point is that the game isn't free. Someone paid for it.
Okay, let's just say the Pokemon Company president, he gets free games. He gave you the game, and he didn't pay anything for it. Now is the game good?
No, okay. If he gives the game to everybody for free,
no. He gives the game to you. We're not talking about everyone. We're talking about you. If you get the game for free from him, is now the game good?
No, that was never. That was come on, man.
You said value. You said value
for the customer.
You are the customer. You are the customer. You get the game for free. You get the game. Are you speaking for everyone?
I'm just making videos about how I feel about it, and the game is $70 plus DLC, and I think that sucks.
Okay, and that's like I said. You think it sucks, but you're saying it's slop. So you're saying that the actual game is bad, though. Like it seems like you're teetering. You're saying that sometimes you're saying it's bad, sometimes you're saying that it's not. It's the value because you're. That's where, like I said, I think that's where people are having an issue is because you are defending essentially a game like Rise of Clans or whatever it is. You're defending. I forgot the name of it. You're defending that because it is free. Because it is, and it plays itself, and it's free, and that's okay. You like it, it's okay. But then you're also going after people that are willing to pay for a game that's clearly better than gameplay-wise than a auto battler. You know what I'm saying? But you're like, it costs too much. How much do the games cost in order for it to be good? Like, how much? What is the price that it should cost for it to be a good game? Then
I think that's where we disagree, though, right? Okay. I think that's where, and I'm not gonna convince you or probably most of the chat. I genuinely think Rise of Kingdoms is a better game, like for me, than Pokemon Legends ZA.
Okay,
100%.
And you've put how many hours into Pokemon Legends ZA?
Oh, I didn't fucking play that game. Fuck that.
But somehow it's better.
What do you mean?
Somehow Rise of whatever is better than Pokemon. You put 0 hours into it.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you're telling me I've played 98% of Pokemon games and I can't draw a conclusion on Legends ZA?
What Pokemon game that you've played has a combat system like Legends ZA?
Come on, man. Don't
answer the question. What Pokemon game that you have played has a combat system like Pokemon Legends ZA?
Well, the closest was Arceus, but I know it's not the same thing.
It's not
but
it's not the same thing. Thank you. I'm glad that you pointed that out. So do you see why people are getting on you?
No, I genuinely don't.
Well, then, listen, I don't know what to tell you, because right now you just said you generally believe that this game is better than this other game. You have not put an hour into that game, a single hour, and then you said, well, I've played other games. The gameplay is completely different from other games.
Okay, if I told you, listen, I drink gasoline every day. It's delicious. You should drink it. And you tell me what?
Gasoline is proven to have negative side effects to how everything is. Like it is a proven bad thing for your body through medical tests and everything. I think if you play Pokemon Legends Z, it's not proven that you're going to, I don't know, like die if you play the game or if you try it out. I think you'll be okay.
I might off myself. I promise you.
Not on Switch 2. I think I might off myself if I'm playing Rise of Chinese knockoff mobile game. If I have to play an auto battle, the game that plays itself. That's what these mobile games.
To be fair, Rise of Kingdoms is not an auto battler. It actually takes a lot of input to play. But again, I'm not going to convince anybody. I know what the game looks like. Okay, listen. Here's my point. Okay, here's where I'm coming from for me personally, okay?
Okay.
I do not defend Rise of Kingdoms on my other channel because I know it's a niche game. Most people aren't going to like it. But from my perspective, Rise of Kingdoms is a game that I genuinely love, and it's free. So if anybody comes across my videos and says, hey, I wonder how this game is, they download it. It costs them nothing except for maybe a couple of minutes just to see if the game is good. That's my perspective. Whereas for Legends ZA, I look at the game and I look at all the other Pokemon games I've played on the Switch, and I'm like, this game looks horrible, and the games that they've released recently look horrible, and this is the most expensive Pokemon game, and they have day one DLC, and I have to pay for Nintendo Online. To me, it's just like, man, like, that just seems worse, because then if you actually see a video for it and you say, oh, I'm going to try the game, and you get it, and you find out that it has horrible frame rate and the graphics.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
is it just the graphics that look bad? I'm guessing you're going just off the graphics that looks bad, right? Because the gameplay seems to be fine, and it seems to be pretty good. I don't think anybody said that the gameplay was bad. So are you going simply off the graphics of the game?
The graphics, the art style, how long the game seems to be.
So it's not based. It's not actually based on how good the game is, because Rise of Clans or whatever you play looks like shit.
Yeah,
it looks like absolute dog water. Okay, it's like it looks like absolute trash. Okay, you can take some of your rage bait. You got 440 something thousand views off of your Pokemon sales videos, which are actually all trash at this. But those are all false, by the way. Oh yeah, all of your Pokemon sales videos are literally false. But that's another thing. You got a ton of views.
Hang on. Wait, did you watch the videos?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So you know that Legends EA is the worst selling Pokemon game since Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu?
Well, it's not.
Really? Which game sold worse?
What do you mean? No, it's not the worst selling game. Pokemon, like main Pokemon game? Which game are you talking about?
I'm saying since Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, it's the worst selling one. Meaning it sold worse than Arceus, it sold worse than Scarlet.
What are the sales? What are the sales of it right now?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't checked lately. Why?
Oh, but it's the worst selling.
Oh, wait a minute. I went off of the launch week.
Oh, the launch week. Okay, the launch week that included how many days compared to other systems?
I don't know. Last time I checked, it was the first 2 weeks.
The first 2 weeks? Are you sure it was the first 2 weeks from the Pokemon Company?
Yeah.
Did they say that?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Exactly. You don't. You don't have the numbers in front of you because you're a rage bait channel and you're someone that does not verify your information before you say. Listen, there was 1 week. There was the first 4 days. It was the first 4 days.
I have all the sources in the description of those videos. You can check them if you want.
Well, why don't you actually know it? Why don't you? You said you weren't even sure.
Because I made those videos like what, a week or two ago? I just jumped on here out of nowhere, brother. Come on now.
Oh, come on, brother. My man, listen. Listen. It was on Twitter that people were saying it's the worst selling. That's where you got it from. And clearly, it's not. Clearly, it's not a sales collapse. This game has been won. By the way, is there a reason why you didn't make a video on how it was the best-selling game physical in the US since Tears of the Kingdom? Is there a reason why you don't make a video why it's #1 on the eShop in many different regions, why it's still one of the top-selling games on Amazon, why is it only one way? This is why I say you're a grifter. You're a grifter because you will make rage and then you will not say the other side. You will say sales collapse, and then you will not say the other side.
Except I did say that. I think in my most recent video I said that, and I talked about it.
What is the point? What is the point
So it wasn't the title, it wasn't the thumbnail. You're right, but it was in the video.
Oh, Lord have mercy. This is what grifters do. This is what you guys do, bro. This is what you guys do. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you is this, man. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Clearly, at this point, this is a money-making thing for you. And I know, and that's okay. Like I said, I'm a YouTuber too. I understand how it is, but this is clearly a money-making thing. I personally think that you don't cross-promote your channels because people would know that you are full of it. That's what you get all the time, you know?
Every video. Huh? It's in the description of every video.
And I get that, but if people don't be looking at the descriptions of the videos, but if you're sitting here and saying that a game that you've never played, you have never played it. You're simply going off of graphics, but you love Clash of Clans or...
You're telling me you've never seen a trailer for a game and been like, God damn, I would fucking hate that game.
Have I ever? I've seen trailers for games. I think I'm not sure if it's going to play good or not, but I'm not going to dedicate my life to rage baiting on it 24/7. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make up sales make up sales data and say sales collapse and all this stuff that's clearly not true. It's clearly not true that the sales have collapsed. It's clearly not true that this game is selling bad. I'm not going to do all that with the game.
Okay, the sales collapse. I know that you're really hung up on the titles and thumbnails. Okay, the sales collapse comes from evaluating the week over week data from Japan, and it went down like 80% week over week.
And compare that to other Pokemon games week over week. What were the other Pokemon games week over week sales?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
So then why are you saying it's a sales collapse?
Whoa, hang on. In that video, I went over the sales for Arceus. You can check out the video. I don't have all the numbers with me right now.
Okay.
But all the sources are in the description. I'm transparent with all that.
I covered all this when it came out. I know the sales differences between Pokemon games when they launch and then the next week following and all of that. And by the way, did your videos include digital sales? Of the sales? You said sales. Did they include digital sales?
For what? Legends EA?
Yeah.
Probably not, because I think we only had, I think those were about Japan.
Exactly. So you're covering, by the way, I'm a Famitsu expert. I cover it every single week for the last 10 years. I covered it. This is the problem that I have with you guys that are looking to grift and rage bait. You guys will take data that you don't understand, that you don't know, and try to spin it into whatever you want because you're angry with the games. This is what I have with you guys. It's not just you though. It's lots of people like you, and and you do it to the tune of thousands of dollars. This is what I have with you guys. You guys are allowed to do it. You're okay, and I commend you for coming on, but you guys are all wrong. You can't take sales data and say that it has a collapse and then not even use the previous games as well, let's take a look at Sword and Shield.
Wait. I did though. I just said in that video, you can check it out. I talked about Legends
Arceus. And the sales difference from the first week to the second week is similar across the board. It's not like other Pokemon games
as well.
It's not like other Pokemon games aren't similar or other games just in general.
So we're arguing over a technicality.
No, what we're arguing over is you clickbaiting and rage baiting on something that is completely normal for any Pokemon game and for any major game when it comes to the first week to the second week. And by the way, you didn't include digital sales either, where it's #1 on the digital eShop. It's #1. Okay, it sells digitally as well. This is the problem that I have, is that you guys rage bait. You guys make these things and make it seem as if it collapsed, as if, oh my God, it's this abnormal thing, when all the other Pokemon games are like that. Most other games are like that. Tears of the Kingdom is like that. Whatever. All these games come out, they do a lot in the first week, then they drop, and then they sell consistently. If you look at the most recent sales for Pokemon Legends EA, it's still one of the top games in Japan. It's still one of the top games on Amazon. It's still one of the top games on the eShop. It's still one of the best-selling games in the US. You guys grift and make it seem as if it's terrible, and then the sales do good, and you're like, oh, well, it was terrible when I covered it. No, it was never terrible to begin with. That's my issue with you guys. This is a grift. This is a legitimate grift. How is it not?
Because I think the game looks like complete shit, and so I just talk about it.
No, I'm talking about the sales. You are using the sales to justify you saying that the game is terrible. You are helping to aid it and to grift. That's what you're doing. We were talking about the sales of the game. We can separate what you think about the game and the sales. We can separate those two.
I just think it's interesting that if you look at from one week to another, sales go down a significant amount. I make a video about it, and like, look, does it paint it in a bad light? Of course it does, Because I think the game looks like shit.
Because you're
So
grifting. Thank you. It is a grift. You think the
It's
game
not a
looks
grift.
terrible, so I am going to paint the game, even if it's selling good. I'm going to paint it and twist it in a bad. That is literally grifting.
It's literally, that's actually not grifting.
That
though.
is a grift. That is
No,
a gaming.
grifting is
That is a
lying
slang
for
game. That is a
money.
grift.
No,
I don't
grifting
like.
is lying for money.
Hold up, on the arch. I don't like this game. I think it looks terrible, so I'm gonna make a bunch of things and tilt it towards it, painting it in a bad light on the sales because I hate it. How is that not deceptive or a grift? Explain to me.
Because I genuinely believe it. I think the game's garbage.
What does that have to do with the sales?
You can listen. You're hung up on this. If you want to go to check out the sources, you can go ahead and do that.
I already know this, bro. I know this. I cover this every week on my channel. I know that I look at the Famitsu. I look at the sales every single week. I know what Pokemon games do. I know what they sell. I know where they sell good. I know where the top games are. I can tell you right now what the top selling Pokemon game is right now on Nintendo's IR. It's Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with about 27 million units. Pokemon Sword and Shield right underneath that with 26 million or so. I know where everything is. Pokemon Legends Arceus is about 14 to 15 million units in terms of that. And I'm pretty much, I know all this different type of stuff when it comes down to it. I know it off the top of my head because I'm not going to sit here and cherry pick different types of stats because I hate something. That's why I'm saying that you're doing is grifting. Because since you don't like something, you are going to manipulate sales data to fit your own personal hate towards something. You can separate them. That's all I'm trying to say. I have no problem with you saying that the game is not good. I mean, if you think the game is not good, you haven't played it, but whatever. That's your opinion. You think it looks bad or whatever. If the graphics are good, the game becomes good. Now, all of a sudden, randomly, it could be the same game, but if the graphics are good, all of a sudden it's good. Oh, by the way, you play a mobile game that looks like trash, but okay, whatever. That's beside the point. That doesn't matter. You like the game, so it's okay. Whatever on that point. But my point is that you can say that the game is like not good or whatever, and then also not lie and manipulate sales data. You do the same thing Nintending. I don't know if you know Nintending, but you do the same thing Nintending does to get views. You guys lie, you guys manipulate, you guys twist things for your own personal benefit to rage bait so you can get people rushing to your videos. And like I said, credit to you, because a lot of these people that do this, they don't want to talk to me because I know what I'm talking about. You know, I know the sales numbers. I know that. Like, there ain't nothing that you can tell me that I don't already know. I cover all of it. That's why I told you that you were wrong on your sales video. It wasn't the first 2 weeks of sales data. It was the first 4 days of sales data.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's all linked in the description.
Sorry
You can
for
double check if
cutting
you
in,
want.
but what's with grifters love to use? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You don't have to,
As a
but I'm just
debate
saying
topic.
I put all the sources because of reasons like this.
Okay, no, but what I'm trying to say, like I said, what I'm trying to say is that, once again, even if you feel that that is correct on your own end, whatever, that's fine. The sources are there, whatever the case is. It's like literally right there. And it's, once again, in your video, from what I recall, I don't remember saying this, but did you mention that it was before the holiday and not during? I don't think you did. I think that was one thing that I also thought in the back. I don't think you mentioned that at all in your video, because once again, you're not looking to be completely honest with your audience. You're looking to be negative because you hate something, you know? If you're looking to actually be honest with your audience, you'd be like, yo, look, it's sold worse than this, but you know what? The holiday's coming up. It's #1 on a lot of different charts. The digital sales aren't included on here, and it looks like it's going to continue selling. Like, that's why you don't have, then you wouldn't have to make another video saying, oh, it's selling good now, but I'm going to slide it towards I'm angry, because you made a video that was very popular saying that it's the worst sales ever, and by the end of the holiday, it's probably going to be one of the better selling games out there. It might cross 10 million units plus after the holiday, or it might get very close to that. Is there going to be a video where you say, oh, you know what, I was wrong on the sales numbers on that? Or is that going to come up, or are you going to slide it towards being negative because you hate it?
I've gone on record saying that game's probably going to sell like 13 million ZA.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. 13, 14 million probably.
Okay.
I said that in like 2 or 3 videos.
Okay. So interesting. So I like I said, I don't understand why you guys, like I said, no, I understand why you guys do this, because you do this for money and everything, but it's just like, it's just interesting to me. It's just interesting to where, like, how you will leave out so many different things with the game and then later just course correct yourself and say, oh, well, now it's selling better now, you know? I don't know. To me, like I said,
I haven't course corrected. I've just reported on a couple different things, put the source in the description, and you think that I'm leaving things out, and that's
yeah,
fine.
you're leaving things out. You did not mention the fact that pretty much every
I gotta
single.
tell people holidays coming up.
No.
Hey, did you guys forget holidays coming up?
Yeah.
Just so you guys know.
If you
yeah,
want
it's coming up.
if you want to cover sales numbers, that's probably something that you should factor in. Like, oh, holiday comes up, so more people buy games. That's just my opinion as somebody who.
Christmas is on December 25th. If you forgot, holiday, it's coming up quick.
What's up? What's up?
Christmas is on December 25th.
No,
it's coming up quick. You guys, holidays.
This is how somebody who doesn't understand what holiday means. Holiday means like November. It's like Black Friday, so people buy stuff beforehand, not just on Christmas. I don't mean
Damn, bro, I
Christmas
forgot about
Day.
that.
Yeah. Black Friday and all that stuff. That's where people buy stuff, and then like stocking stuffers, and they buy stuff for people like gifts. That's one of the busiest shopping periods. You know why they call it Black Friday? You know why they call it that?
Because I think businesses are profitable that day.
That's where they get back into the black. They're in the red usually, then they get back into the black because they're selling so much inventory and stock and games and stuff.
Wait. Is it my job to tell people that holidays are coming up now? Like,
If you're covering sales data and if you're covering sales, it's absolutely, in my opinion, if you're saying sales collapse, it's absolutely something that maybe you should bring up. That you know what, the sales are probably going to be a lot better because the holidays coming up.
I don't think you watched the videos. Did you watch the whole video? I don't think you did.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think you did.
I was in disbelief with some of the stuff, like I said, with some of the stuff that was being said. But like I said before, if you feel like I didn't watch, or if you feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, or if you feel like whatever, that's fine.
I can understand your dissatisfaction with my choice of words, right? Sales collapse sounds horrible. You want to know why? Because it's a headline, right? But when you click on the video and you realize, okay, he's talking about week 1 versus week 2, the sales drop was pretty dramatic, right? No business owner is going to be happy that sales drop 80%. That was the point of the title, right? Now, again, is that a shocking title? Of course, but you're a YouTuber, you know this, right? You got to get people to click on the video. That way they can actually hear your actual thoughts and opinions, right? If they don't click, then don't even make the video.
Why don't you just make a bunch of videos saying sales collapse for lots of games that drop 80%? Like, why don't you just consistently make everything drops 80%? Why don't you just, because that's literally what happens with almost like every single game in Japan. So why don't you just make videos? Why don't you just make videos 24/7 about sales dropping 80% and everything's collapsing?
That's not a bad idea.
Exactly. You're a grifter. Like, you see how somebody can easily come to the conclusion that you're grifting when you're just.
I can see why you would think that.
Yeah, like you make it, and like I said, that's why when you make videos towards being hateful, that's what you're going to point. You're not going to look at what other games do. You're not going to look at how other things are. You're not going to look at the industry. You're just going to look at this thing and be upset and say, how can I clickbait on this thing when it's literally industry standard for stuff to sell high at the beginning, and then it kind of levels out, and then sometimes during the holiday it peaks back up, and then whatever, there might be some sales and discounts, it goes up and down, and that's how every single game is for the most part. Most games do not keep 70, 80, 90% sell-throughs on the next week or whatever the case is. Literally every game. We can point to every single major game that sold well. That we can point to Scarlet and Violet. That had a drop the following week too. That all the games do. So that's why I'm saying like you're grifting. Is because like you didn't even bother to look it up that for the rest of the stuff in Japan. All you saw was drop. Oh my gosh. Even though it was still #1 game, but whatever, right? You said that in your vid. So it's like, I don't know, man. That's how I see it. Is like, if you're going to talk and report on sales data, shouldn't you give people the right sales data? Shouldn't you give people like the full scope and picture? Like, right or no? Am I off on that one?
Like I said, you can check the sources. It's all in the description of all those videos. Here's my thing. Here's what I do, right? So I wake up, I go online and I look for headlines that I think are interesting to me, and then I make a video about it. And if it's a game that you love and I hate, then you're gonna call me a grifter no matter what I say. You automatically think I'm a grifter, and that's fine. And that's why I said when I came on here, I'm not gonna change your mind. I'm not gonna change chat's mind.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
No.
But I at least wanted to explain, like, listen, I know Rise of Kingdoms looks bad on my other channel,
dude,
right? But I genuinely fuck with the game.
I'll give you super cred. I'll give you, like, I got a newfound respect for you, man. Because at least, once again, that you're willing, like, I'll ease up on Twitter. Like, I'll ease up because... I will ease the heck up because I respect, even I don't gotta agree with you, but I respect the fact that hey, you're willing to come on and talk about it because yeah, like legitimately, I'm like I said, I'm not trying to say like I like like what you're doing is clearly grifting. Like I know Chad's thing, like, but that seems like hypocrisy, and that seems like somewhat of a double standard that you're not willing to cover other games since you want to cover sales and you want to be into that life, right? You want to be into that, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, no. I just want to cover things that I'm interested in.
Okay.
So, and for me, like I love Pokemon, but the latest games I think are horrible. And so if it looks like the game sucks and I can talk about the game sucking, then like of course I'm gonna do that because fuck that.
And see, and that's where I have an issue. I don't have a problem with you talking about the game being bad. I don't have a problem. What I have a problem is that you trying to use sales to manipulate people. Because I was a former financial guy. I was a former corporate dude. I did sales and all that. And that's sales it's a little, I mean, YouTube's different, but you're not supposed to fudge numbers. And what you guys are doing, like I said, guys like you, guys like Nintendo, you guys are taking numbers and you guys are twisting and manipulating them because you don't like something. And that's where I kind of come in and say, I have a problem with that. Because once again, I just have an issue. I think that right there is unethical. It's a bit unethical to me. If you don't like something, you don't like something. You can critique it. You can say the graphics suck. You can say whatever. That's fine. I don't think the graphics are that great either. But you can't sit there and say like, oh, 80% drop. This is terrible. This is what nobody's buying it. Dude, it's normal for like every single other Pokemon game, every other big game. That's normal for all of that. Like it's not anything different than any other game in Japan. So that's all.
I can see how you can come to that conclusion if you only read the title and thumbnail, but if you watch the video and you look at the sources that I put, I feel like I'm not technically wrong. And so that's where I feel like it's not grifting.
No, you're not, in terms of the physical sales, you're not technically wrong in terms of like the drop on there. The problem is the context. The problem is the surrounding part of it. You know what I'm saying? The problem is that you did not tell your audience that every single game sales collapses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
because I'm not talking about every game. I'm
exactly.
About,
but you're trying to make it seem like this is a big, huge issue. It's a problem. Look at how bad it's doing. If you told the rest of your people that watch that every game does that, it lessens the impact of your video. It lessens.
Well, not every game does. Not every game.
Pretty
does
much
that.
every game has a massive. Almost, you can go back and look. Almost every single game that comes out in Japan will have a massive 60-70% plus drop. Almost every game does. Dude, I look at these charts every single week.
I believe you. You've been in the game forever, brother. I know.
I look at these charts every single week, and I'm telling you, most games have a pretty big drop afterwards. The best games, even games like Elden Ring, even games like, whatever. There are certain games like Call of Duty, or certain games like that they have a huge opening and then they drop, but they have consistent sales. But the large majority of games will drop pretty big, especially in Japan, will drop pretty big. And then if they're evergreen sellers, like let's just say like Mario Kart World, or if there's something Minecraft or whatever, they're going to be there in the charts for a very long time. So that's the issue that I have. Just the issue that I have is that you did not inform your audience that almost all the Pokemon games, pretty much all the Pokemon games, all drop like that as well. And you didn't.
No, but again, I did though. I did compare it to Legends Arceus and that drop as well. That's what I'm saying. I think you're.
And you didn't. What I'm saying is that you didn't compare it to like the industry. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not talking about the industry. That's why. I'm just talking about Pokemon. Fuck Pokemon.
Okay, and that's fine. You don't have to like it. Like nobody. Like you don't have to like it. I mean, screw mobile slop. Screw mobile slop. That's predatory slop that you play. That's predatory trash that you play. That you shell out to people. That you tell people to buy and support. Screw that stuff, man. I'll play Pokemon 10 times over mobile trash that you tout to your audience. That is good.
We are finally on the same page.
Yeah, we're finally on the same page. The page of that you are a grifter and you are unashamed to be a grifter.
Come on now. The page is that you don't like Rise of Kingdoms. I understand that. I know most people don't. I don't like Pokemon Legends EA. And that's it.
No, that's not, like I said before, and that's completely fine. I have no problem with you not liking it or whatever. Like I said, it's the sales manipulation. Like I said, the complete sales manipulation of what you're doing here. Like I said, maybe like you said, maybe you should just start saying everything has a massive sales drop so you can just get more and more and more views, right? Like that's going to get you clicks.
No, the reason I don't do that is because I'm not really interested in all that.
Why
I just
not?
look for stuff I care
Why
about.
not? It's a big. Why not?
Because
Why
you-
not?
Here's the mistake that I think you've made. I think you think that I'm only doing this for money, but I'm really just making videos about stuff that I think are interesting. That's
No,
really it.
you're
Like
you're
I have,
definitely making grip for money. If this stuff wasn't doing well, I don't think you'd be doing it.
no, that's not true at all. Because I've been making YouTube videos for how old am I? I'm 31 now, bro. I've been making YouTube videos forever.
Oh,
I'll
I
make
understand,
videos no matter
but
what.
you wouldn't be like this half research that you've been doing and this sliding and like I said, this is beyond just you making videos on what you're interested in. You're actively trying to make things look a lot worse than what it actually is. So there is there is a slight and an angle to this. Like I said before, if you look at all the Pokemon games, all the Pokemon games have the same drop off. All the big games have the same drop off. Like it's
Well,
not
if you watch
anything
the video,
different.
you would know I talked about that. But there's always going to be an angle to everything, right? Like I could easily look at like your Twitter, for example, and be like, man, this dude's every other tweet he's glazing something that Nintendo's doing right, and you probably genuinely like those games, and that's fine.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's no. I'm not rage baiting anybody. Like there's no rage bait in my tweets. I'm not purposefully rage baiting on something that I don't like. Like I could easily rage bait all day if I felt like it. It's not hard. What you do is not hard to do. I can take something that I don't like and just sit there and make 75% drop. Oh my god, the worst thing ever. Oh, and then well, look at the sales here.
The thing about
I can do the same thing. Anybody can do that.
I'm not actually rage baiting on Twitter because the thing is I don't get any engagement on Twitter, so there's no baiting happening.
I meant YouTube. You're saying that you can look at my Twitter and say that I can just say whatever, right? There's an angle. There's no angle to what I do. I'm simply just talking about the news. There's no.
Hang on. You really like Nintendo stuff, and you're gonna talk positively about that, and that's okay.
I'm gonna talk. I talk negative about Pokopia, and I talk negative and positive about. I call it like I see it. That's the thing. I call it like I see it, whether I like it or not. If I don't like something, like I don't like Call of Duty, right? And I'm not, and I didn't rage bait the bad numbers of Call of Duty on Steam. I could, if I used to like Call of Duty. If I really wanted to, I could sit there and make a rage bait video about Call of Duty numbers are down or whatever. I can make something, or I can sit there and I can troll Steam Deck all day. I don't like Steam Deck. I can make a bazillion videos on how trash Steam Deck sold. I can talk about how there's unverified, like how I can do all sorts of stuff if I felt like it. I don't feel like it. I'm not going to rage bait people with stuff on things that I don't care about or whatever they care, or I no longer like or whatever. I had a Steam Deck at one point. I thought it was okay, but then it's not. So I'm not going to rage bait people on stuff. On Twitter, I make videos, or on Twitter, I post stuff that I feel is interesting or whatever. I give information on stuff or whatever the case is, and that's what I do on there. Yeah, some people, you're not wrong. Some people are saying, oh, he's a fanboy, he does this and that, but I asked them, hey, come on and talk to me about it. None of them want to come on and talk to me about it. So that already tells you about how they feel. You know what I'm saying? And some of these guys are content creators. Like I said, that's why I respect you, because you're willing to come on and talk,
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you having me on. But yeah, like I said, I mean, look, I know I'm not going to change your mind. I'm not going to change chat's mind. But like you making videos about something Nintendo related that you love and me making videos about something Nintendo related that I hate, I see those as the same thing. Now, but you call it rage baiting, and that's fine. But like realistically, like, is it impossible to believe that I make these videos because like I genuinely I like talking about this shit, and if it makes me mad and I just want to rage out on a video and talk my shit, like that's why I'm doing it.
No, yeah, and that's fine. Once again, I don't have an issue with you being upset with the quality of the Pokemon games. The only thing I have an issue where you're rage baiting, where it draws extra attention or extra kind of sauce, was the sales stuff, which clearly biased and slight and double. It's clearly not completely correct. You're not giving the full picture. You're not giving all the information to make it look worse because you hate something. That's what I'm focusing in on. I'm not talking about people that there's a million videos of people that don't like Pokemon games and they explain the reason. I can agree with those. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. That's fine. What I'm saying is the sales stuff. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So the fact that I'm so hyperbolic with its like sales collapse, like that, even though technically it's true, but you would say it's industry standard. So the wording there of it being so hyperbolic, that's what you have a problem with.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. If something is standard within an industry, is it actually collapsing if it's standard and it happens with everything? Is that collapsing? Or do you
Well,
actually expect a Pokemon game or any game, if it sells 1 point something million units, do you expect it to sell like 1.2 million, then 1.1 million, then 1 million, then like, do you actually expect that? Because that's not the standard for any game. So do you actually expect that?
Well, here's what I think, right? I think if a game comes out and it's really good or it's better than expected, what you would expect to happen is word of mouth carries that into the second week, and you're obviously going to see a drop, but it wouldn't be an 82% something insane, right? That's where I'm coming from. And is it common across the industry? Sure, but I'm not talking about the industry. I'm talking about Legends EA, because that's the it's the biggest franchise ever.
See,
it just came out, and I don't like.
That's
I'm
where
not a fan of
exactly
Legends.
you don't like it, so you're not willing to do the extra research to see that something that's
No. I put all the sources in the description, and I talked about how I compared it to Legends Arceus.
Yeah, I understand. You compare. What about Scarlet and Violet? What about the other games? You decided you didn't want to compare it to that?
I might have referenced it. I don't remember if I did or not.
Got you.
Probably
See,
had a drop.
Like I said, that's the big issue. Legends Arceus drop. You said that you compared it to that. What was the drop for Legends Arceus?
Like 74 or something like that.
So it was
not as bad.
It was right around the same percentage.
Well, if you look at Game Freak and you look at Nintendo and you say, hey, do you want your sales to drop 82% or 74%? They're gonna say 74%.
What they're gonna say is that we have a holiday coming up and we have it on a bigger install base, so we're gonna do just fine. Game sales are that's what they're gonna say. I've been in those sales war rooms. What they're gonna say is that the executives for these companies don't look at second days and say, oh my god, we had a drop in second week performance and whatever the case is, especially because one, they're not factoring in digital sales. They have the data for digital sales. You don't have the data for digital sales, so you're not factoring that in. Two, there's a bigger.
Do you think they're happy about that? You think they're cool with like the 82% drop off? You think they're like stoked about that?
They're fine, because that's the normal drop off for the games across the board. For Tears of the Kingdom, for many games have that level of drop off. They're fine with that, because you know why they're fine with that? If you read Nintendo's investors reports, they'll tell you they have evergreen games. These games sell for a long amount of time. They don't care about the second week. Okay, they don't care about the second week of sales. They don't care if there's because they know it's going to sell for years. If you go on the eShop right now, they're still selling copies of Pokemon Sword and Shield. You can look at this.
It's going to sell forever.
Yeah, it's going to sell for a very long time. So why are they going to be worried about 70% compared to 80% when, one, you don't have the digital sales numbers, and the digital sales numbers could be up from the previous one because there was more people that have the game. It's on Switch 2. There's a bigger install base. So, and it's number one on the eShop. It's number one or it's number two on pretty much both Switch 1, Switch 2 eShop. Why are they going to be worried about that?
Listen, all I can say is if I were a business owner and my sales dropped like that week to week, it might not matter in the long run, but in the short run, I'm going to be like, damn, I sure wish it didn't drop that much.
That comes from somebody that has no idea what they're talking about. And it comes from someone that has no idea what they're talking about when it comes to sales. Have you ever been in a corporate?
Corporate sales? No.
Have you ever been in
before
corporate
this,
sales?
I did a lot of tech stuff, so repairing computers.
You've never been in corporate sales. You don't want to compare other games across the industry because who cares? We're just talking about this.
Well, I did compare it to previous Pokemon games.
You compared it to one game. You compared it to, and it was a similar drop. It was a very similar drop. You don't have digital sales. You don't care about that. You're leaving out a ton of information. You're lying by omission. Intentionally, you're lying by omission. And then now you're trying to say, oh, well, if I was a business owner, I'd be upset with that. Dude, a business owner has all the other details. What are you talking about? They have everything else, and they know that, hey, look, this game is before the holiday. It is going to sell. We've got it number one on the eShop. By the way, I don't think you mentioned that in your video. Once again, I watched it a bit ago. I don't think you mentioned the eShop stuff.
I don't remember if I did or not.
Yeah, I don't think you did. And that's the problem that I have is that you grifters, you guys will do things and anything to make it negative and leave out as much as possible. And then link your sources and then, oh, by the way, oh, well, I don't know business. Oh, well, I don't know this. You know, like
I did mention the UK sales and how it was topping the UK sales chart. And I think that was digital in my defense.
It's not digital. It's physical sales only. No, that's not. It's physical sales only.
That was weeks ago. I don't know.
Yeah. I know you don't know. It's okay. I know you don't. It's okay because, like I said, a lot of times. Oh, go ahead.
Again, I'm in my pajamas here. I hopped on a whim because I saw you were streaming, so I just figured I'd pop in here and chat with you. That's all. I don't have every number off the top of my head. I didn't know we were gonna debate here. I just thought I was gonna tell you my story.
And listen, I got you, man. But you know, I was gonna go over some of the stuff here. I told you I was gonna go over it.
Okay, here's the
Before you
thing.
hopped on, I told you we were gonna go over this.
And when I joined in, I said, I know you aren't going to understand where I'm coming from. Your chat's not going to understand. You guys are going to think I'm being disingenuous, and that's fine. But I just wanted to explain where I'm coming from in terms of, you know, having 2 channels and this and that.
I got you, man. No, listen. I think at this point we're kind of, you know, just circling around and whatever. Like I said, listen, don't change what you do because of me. If this is what you do, and this is what you know, don't change that. I'm just telling you what it is in terms of how I feel about it, and you know, obviously you said how you feel. But like I said, you know, for me at least, I would just say a little bit more research would probably be like, you know, would probably be necessary. I guess it doesn't matter because you're gonna get the views anyway. But I personally would do a little bit more research, man. I personally would do a little bit more research. And when it comes down to it, I think that the drop is perfectly. There is no massive collapse when every other game has that type of thing. That is normal for a drop like that. When it comes down to it, it's not a collapse. It's not a sales collapse. Other games have similar drops. Other games are like that. And if you covered the rest of the industry, you would have actually, you know, known that. And you would have been able to talk about it. But like I said, maybe you should just say whenever you see a game that comes out that's popular in Japan, go ahead and make a video saying, hey, look, man, it's a sales collapse. And look, because of this. Because that's the important thing, right? Is that you didn't lie.
Here's the thing, is that in the videos, I still go on to say that the game's going to sell well. It's going to sell 13 million, 14 million. Same thing with the Switch 2. I said the Switch 2 is going to sell probably 50, 60 million units or whatever the case might be, right? So I'm transparent in that I know that these games are selling and they're going to sell well, right? But the point is that I'm just trying to talk about what's happening in that day, right? Like when you're talking about news, you're talking about what just happened, right? And it sounds like you're not happy with the hyperbole of the title and thumbnail, and that's fine, right? Like we're gonna run our channels different ways. But you know, my point is that at least I can say like, hey, I know this stuff's selling well. I know it's gonna sell well. That's always been my position. You can go back, you know, months back, and you can watch videos that I've said like, look, Switch 2 is gonna sell well, Pokemon's gonna sell well, but here's what's happening right in this moment, and here's why I think it deserves to have this, you know, whatever happening, and why.
Yeah,
I don't like
I just like I said, the lack of other information surrounding that. I honestly think that if you tell your audience that most games have a drop like this, it wouldn't matter anymore. When you talk sales numbers, it's not just isolating one game and one thing. In order to talk sales numbers, what's good or bad, you have to look at trends. You don't know what's good or what's bad unless you look at what other games have done, right? Like that's the definition of okay, good or bad. You don't know what's good or what's bad without comparing to other games. You wouldn't like that's how we get to standards or not, you know?
No, I understand that, but if the conclusion that I'm still arriving at in those videos is that, hey, look, Pokemon, it's gonna sell well, I feel like that is putting it in the context of the entire industry, no?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and like I said, I don't think that saying it's a sales collapse and not referencing the rest of the industry overall. I know that you said that sales it's still going to do good, but like I said, I think it completely takes you have no video if simply this is the standard for a lot of big games. Because like I said, I can bring up a ton of games that have done the same thing. Therefore, your video becomes, okay, like who cares? That's what all of these do. You know what I'm saying? That's what all of these games do. There is no more sting to your video if every single game does that, or if the majority of games do that. Your video becomes, okay, all the games do that. Oh, well, who cares?
Right, but my point is that, you know, when you're talking about news and things that are happening, you talk about things as they're happening in that exact moment. And sure, you could extrapolate this, that, or the other thing, right? But what I'm covering is just what exactly happened in that day. And yeah, eventually it's going to sell well. It's Pokemon.
So I guess, maybe we have a fundamental difference. That's not how I see. Yeah, we have a fundamental difference. That's not how I see things. If you're going to talk sales because it's on a sales chart and you're comparing to other games, you're comparing to other Pokemon games, you need to have some form of being a standard or some form of what happens in the industry to gauge this is bad. Collapse, that's a bad thing. So you have to have some type of standard. Saying that, well, it's just isolating this and doing that is disingenuous. I think that is factually disingenuous. I don't think that's my opinion. I think that's factually disingenuous because once again, you are not, it's a standard that the drop is like that. It is pretty much a standard across the board. And you are saying, oh, well, we're just talking about this right here. It's like that for every single game. It's like saying that a game has a tutorial. You know what I'm saying? Every game lots of games have tutorials. Who cares if a game has a tutorial? Who cares if a game has a 80% drop that sold really well? It's gonna continue selling, like you said. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that once again, that's disingenuous. And like I said, it's grift. It's a grift to do stuff like that. Because like I said, why don't you just do that with every single game from now on? Then, you know?
Because I don't give a fuck about every single game. That's
But why don't you do that with every single, like, what games do you care about? What video games do you actually care about? Because you can do this with pretty much every game that you do care about. Like every single physical release that you care about, you can do this. So is that something that you're going to do? Are you going to do this with every single game that you care about?
Maybe we'll have to see.
Okay, what games do you like? Just so I can pay attention.
A lot lately. I've been playing the Oblivion remaster. That's been good.
So okay, you want to make it because the sales dropped from. You want to make one on Oblivion remaster? So
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a list of games to make. Oblivion remastered.
Let's see what Oblivion sold this week. We'll compare it to first week, and I'll make a video.
What else do you like? What else do you like? We're gonna put together a list of videos for you to make of collapsing in sales.
Okay.
What else? What else you got?
I get where you're going with
this.
No,
tell me what other games that you like physical release. Let's make a list of games that you can. Seriously, maybe I'll make a video about that. Go ahead. What else do you like?
So you're just upset about the delivery of like.
No, I am asking. I'm asking you as a friend. We're probably not friends, but we're asking you as a acquaintance. We could
really
be friends. I mean, we might be. We could be friends. I don't dislike you. Actually, I'll be honest. I actually don't dislike you.
I listened to your stream for about 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm like, fuck, man. If I worked with him, I bet we would be friends.
Oh, no, I don't, dude. Like I said, I'm gonna ease up off you. I don't dislike you. I'm giving you crazy amount of respect for coming on here, like for real though.
I appreciate that.
I'm giving you like I know I've been harsh. I've been a little bit harsh, but you know, I'm like I said, I'm gonna lay off on Twitter. Like I'll give you that. I'm gonna lay off. You know, I'm gonna lay off on Twitter.
I'm not a PS fanboy, by the way. Whoever.
I don't care what. I don't care if you're a fanboy. I don't care about fanboys or anything. To be honest, like I don't care. People can be whatever they want. But what other games you like, man? Go ahead. Just tell me what other games. I'm just as a friend. I'm asking. What other games you like?
This week I've been playing a lot of classic WoW. You ever play from?
No, I'm talking about regular games, not online. I'm talking about like regular games like on Xbox or PlayStation or like whatever, Nintendo or whatever, like regular games, not WoW, not online stuff.
You don't play World of Warcraft?
No.
I play Call of Duty. Oh. What else? Let's see.
Call of Duty. Okay. You got the new one?
Huh?
You got the new one?
No, dude. Ever since Modern Warfare 2019, it's really been.
Okay. So what new games are you buying, man? OmniArts. What new games are, bro? What new games are you buying? Do you buy anything new? Do you buy anything like normal?
I played Donkey Kong Bonanza. That was probably before.
All right, you can make a sales collapse video on that one. Donkey Kong Bonanza. I know this. You can make a sales collapse. Okay, what else? What else are we gonna make sales collapse videos on?
Before that, it was Mario Kart World, of course.
We can make a sales collapse video on that. Mario Kart World sales collapse.
Between that and Oblivion, I mean, those are all the things I played in the last like 6 months.
Okay. All right, man. I think we've exhausted our topics here, though. I want to say shout outs to OmniArts. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me. And I feel like, I feel like there is an opportunity here for people that disagree to come together and chat. And like, we're going to walk away not agreeing with the same stuff. But like, I appreciate just chatting. Like, let's just talk. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's how we should be doing it.
You know what? I 1000% agree with that statement. You know, there's been a lot of stuff where people are saying people are not allowed, even if they disagree, to come together and talk. We've had stuff happen, and I feel that it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can have a disagreement and whatever the case is, but we can still kind of come through and say, hey, look, I feel this way, you feel this way, and whatever, right? And now we have a little bit better understanding, right, of where each other is coming from. You know?
Yeah.
Like now I have a better understanding of where you're coming from. So
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
So like I said, I will lay off on Twitter. You know,
Thank you, dude.
I will lay off on Twitter. I'll like the comments. I'll like some more. Like I said, I don't disagree with your a lot of your like with some of your texts. I actually don't disagree. You know, but yeah, man, it's all good though. Thank you for coming out to the stream though. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you, dude. Hey, take care.
Hey, take it easy.
See you.
Okay. That was interesting. That was very, very enlightening. But I mean, I think, chat, before I go, Yeah, he doesn't really play many games, man. He don't really play nothing. He don't really play nothing. He don't play many games. But do you guys see what I'm talking about with grifters, though? Do you guys see what I'm saying here with grifters? Do you guys see what I'm saying here with people? Like, he didn't even want to talk about the other games that, you know, the other stuff. Yo, shout outs to OmniArts with the 10 gifted memberships. To see, look, he's like I said, I don't dislike this guy. I think, like I said, maybe we bring him back on for other stuffs. Props for him for joining, but this is what I'm saying with grifters, and like that's why they don't want to come on and talk to me. The reason why they don't want to come on and talk to me, obviously, you guys were being a little bit hostile in the chat, but also another thing is that you guys were obviously thinking like, what the heck is this guy talking about? How the heck can you sit here and say that, oh man, it's a sales collapse and it's this and that, and then not check other games and not know what the standard is and not know? I saw a lot of you guys, JCat, and I saw GeoHound. I saw also people saying the same, like, wait a minute, hold up, that's not fair. You can't be doing it like that. Grifters and people who grift for views, they don't want to do that. And they don't want to do it on stuff that they like. If they like something and it has the same exact result as Pokemon or whatever, oh no, we can't do that. I like that game, so we can't talk about a sales collapse. We can't talk about the things, and that's the issue that I have, which I told him, that's the issue that I have, is it's like, well, wait a minute. You're only doing this because you hate something. You're not being fair and honest with the sales numbers. You're being manipulative, and you are trying to steer things in one way. So that's my opinion on the whole situation, man. I mean, it's a little bit of a grift, you know, overall. But like I said, it works. People, like I said, he got 500,000 views on that first Pokemon one. The sales collapsed. People were making that, but I mean, obviously, Pokemon's doing good. It's been one of the best-selling games. Shout outs to OmniArch for the memberships. I appreciate that. I really appreciate the 10 gift. That's a lot. That's a lot of, so that you making all those grift dollars, you get those memberships right there. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So. But I think people definitely had an issue with a lot of stuff that he was saying, because I think it creates a lot of false narratives and bad things. But I think, as you guys can see here, I kind of cooked, right? I think it was a bit of a cookage of his points, right? Like a bit of a cookage.
You definitely have to respect a guy who will not only get on and defend his side, but also supports the community on his way out to Horizon.
Absolutely, especially because you guys were cooking him. You guys were cooking him in the chat. So yeah, I gotta give some respect for that. Gotta give some mad respect for that when it comes down to it. You know, gotta give some mad respect for that. So yeah, man. I mean, it's all good. You know, it's all good. That's a massive W. You know, thank you so much. Listen, I think the chat is gonna respect you a lot more after me giving you this endorsement right there. So the chat's gonna respect you a lot more for sure. Monado with
you
30.
should have asked him if he liked JRPGs lol JK. Overall pretty good debate, but bruh this guy. Please play more games. Like I recommend Honkai Star Rail if you want another auto battle mobile game lol.
Oh man, yeah. It doesn't play too much, but he plays kind of more like the online stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. So, but it's all good, you know, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, he says he literally started with he can't beat the alligators, so I think he honestly won. Yeah, that makes sellout. I need you to come on here and explain to me how somebody admits that they can't beat the allegations and that they're true, and then somehow actually won. I need you to come on and damage control that. That would be great. I'll cook you too, sellout. I'll cook you too as well, man. But it says, OJ, do not bring this guy on unless he exposes him more. Cannot stand that dude. He lied to the very end. He's manipulative PRs. No, we do not respect. Props to Nice for coming on. I just wanted to talk about the sales stuff. I mean, maybe next time we can get you on and we can talk about that, JCat. My bad. I didn't see that you wanted to come on and talk about that. So maybe next time we can do that. But yeah, like I said, I think I said everything that I need to say about the sales stuff. I mean, it's pretty obvious that yes, sales drop off after the first week. Sales drop off for many games. It's like that for Donkey Kong. It's like that for Mario. It's like that for lots of games. Lots of games drop off. Unless it's like holiday, like actual nitty gritty holiday time, then yeah, you might see more consistent. But most of the time, most of the game sales, big, large first week, big drop off the next week, then steady, long-term evergreen sellers for most of Nintendo's games, almost all of Nintendo's games. You can go back and look 60, 70, 80% drops. And then once again, we don't know how it sells digitally though. Some games sell better digitally. Like Animal Crossing is like a 50-50. So there's all sorts of different types of things. So using the sales numbers in Japan to say, oh, look, I hate this game, so screw it. So look at how bad it's dropping, but I think it's going to sell well. But I don't know all the digital sales, but it's kind of the industry standard. But I'm only going to compare it to one game. But I'm only going to, like, all these different things is just, to me, it's just dishonest. It's disingenuous, and it paints a picture that's not actually true. So then when the sales numbers actually do come out and it's a lot better, or it's whatever, all of a sudden people are like, well, what happened to that video? Oh, well, it was at the time. Well, it's like, well, wait a minute. No, I could have told you this even at the time, you know? This is a normal drop for every game. But hey, it's all good. Well, shout outs to Zoo. So what did I miss? Okay, guys, I've actually got to wrap it up here. I've got some, I got a friend coming over. So thank you guys so much for the support today. Big love to Juice Man Vaughn as well. You said he called the homie a loser, but I kind of take it back because at least he showed up for the debate. Shout outs. George FT with the $10 says, my question for OUTRAGE is it okay that a mobile game is bad to someone based on how they view the game without playing it? I think he'd say it's okay too, because I asked him about that and he just said, yeah, that's fine too. So I don't think he cares. Shout outs to Monado. Thank you for the 3 as well. Appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, like I said, see, this is kind of what it is. Like a lot of the people that do the grifting, they don't care that it's grifting. They don't mind. This is what they think, and it's at that time. They don't think about other things. They only think about what I don't like, and that's why he did not want to talk about what. Like, well, what else? Let's make other videos about 80%. It's like, why are you gonna make videos about 80% drops about other games? Even if you like them, I like them. I'm not gonna make it look bad, right? Like, so this is the that's the problem that I had, you know. Yo, Cyber Taurus as well with the 42 months propane bluster. Let's go.
If you're going to cook, do it with propane.
Propane, baby.
Have fun tonight.
Shout outs, man. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate it. So thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you guys so much, man. Appreciate that and everything. So yeah, man. Yeah, I got the propane out, man. Entertaining stream. Yeah, respect the OUTRAGE. Respect. See, this is what happened if Nintendo came on. If this is what it'd be. A sellout with the ultimate Hokage pledge too. Yo, let's go. Let's go. Sellout with the ultimate Hokage. Yo, we out here. We out here. Let's go. Shout outs, guys. I appreciate that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You guys are great. But yeah, man, like if Nintendo came on, it'd be the same thing. We put a torch. We put the torch on him. You know what I'm saying? We do the exact same thing if Nintendo came on, bro. Dude is explaining how clickbait works. Oh my, he tried to do the food analogy with gasoline. Yeah, that was an easy one to beat because it's like, yeah, gasoline is known to be bad for you, like overall. Like chemically bad for you, you know, overall when it comes down to it. So I mean, you can't compare that to a video game, but I mean, I get it, you know, maybe some people would be. Nintendo would be insufferable on here. He'd get cooked, just no shots to Omni because I like him, but he'd get cooked just like Omni got cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd get cooked just like anybody else because it's like I said, it's really easy to poke contradictions in people's comments. It's like, well, why don't you do that for another game? Oh, well, I don't want to talk about the other. It's like, of course you won't do it for the other game. It's standard, and it doesn't make your video look as good. It makes your video look way more hyperbolic. It makes your video look way, because I hate this thing. Because once again, it comes from a place of you don't like something, so I'm going to manipulate. I'm going to slant the news. I'm going to turn things to make it look like this. When that's the same for every other game. Well, it doesn't make it look as bad when you do it that way. When you say that, so. Do I think Fertanga would ever debate me? No, because Fertanga doesn't research half the stuff that he talks about. So no, probably not. So anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming out. Yeah, he didn't want to answer the games that he plays. He didn't want to answer that. He didn't want to answer that one because there's not much. And once again, you can go back and look with Oblivion or any of these other games. They all have huge drops after the next week. They all have that. Like it's a pretty normal thing. But hey. Whatever. What do I know? All right, guys. Love y'all so much. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Appreciate you guys coming out. Combo breaks. Big love to everybody. Big love to Cyber Taurus. Big love to Sellout for the big ultimate Hokage. Putting your money where your mouth is. I appreciate that, Sellout. Love you guys so much. Well, no, this guy was way more respectful than the whoa guy. No, I like Omni. I like him. I might have him back on after some Pokemon news and he hates it or whatever. I might actually bring him on because at least he's willing to come to the table. At least he's willing to debate. He's at least willing to not be a chump. I like Omni because he's not a chump. These guys out here, these other, they're a bunch of chumps. This guy's not a chump, so I gotta give mutual respect for that. Yeah, we don't agree, but that's okay. At least he's not scared. He knew that it was going to be a hostile chat. He knew that people weren't going to agree with him. Heck, he admitted, hey, look, I'm never going to beat the allegations. But at least he came through. That takes cojones. I give him a OJ, you know what I'm saying? Like OJ, you know what I'm saying? Closed fist, like fist bump on that one. People are scared, and he's not. I like that. I like that about him, you know? I like that about him. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. I appreciate it. And yeah, we will see you guys for the next one. Shout outs. Thank you guys for all the love. Big love to Cyber Taurus, Sellout. All you guys switch after dark. Thank you guys so much for everything. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Love y'all. Peace.